We're about to take it back.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Tony and Julie on the radio. Dr. Joe's therapy on the radio. The love doctor going live on the radio. Two mics and a mind on the radio. Radio, turned up 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 on the radio. Two mics and a mind. Two mics and a mind. Two mics and a mind. Two mics.
Watch this.
And a mind.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome. Hi, I am Tuli, one of your hosts, and I'm joined with my co-host. Hello, how y'all doing tonight?
Woo. It's obvious. Is it not obvious that I am doing good?
Great.
I am feeling good, and I am looking good. What more can I say?
It's not obvious, but it's cool.
Woo.
Ooh, hello. Hello.
Yeah.
How you doing, Resident Judge?
This weather's been getting nicer.
This weather's been getting what? I'm sorry. Excuse me.
I'm doing great. This weather is getting beautiful. I love the sunny days. Can you guys hear me?
Listen.
Yeah.
Listen, well, my future's so
trying to
bright I
get
gotta
my
wear
shades.
shades. That's why I got these shades on right now. Because it's definitely bright where I'm at. It's very, very bright. It's always been bright.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let me tell y'all something. My week has been going good. No complaints. All is well. I imagine it's likewise with y'all. That been y'all same experience?
Yes, it really has. I got great news today that I was looking forward to. I'm not gonna say worried about it, but it was in the back of my mind. But all is well.
That's good. Are you able to share the great news publicly?
Awesome.
Yeah, sure. Why not? We're open and we tell our business. Nope.
Yes.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I went. Let me see. I had a mammogram done November of 2022, and there was a spot there on my breast, and I had to come back 6 months later, and I went back today, and there was no sign of it today. Now, let me tell y'all about what happened, though. People can say, oh, well, that's because, the x-ray, blah, blah, blah. So, I went to my doctor one day, and I said, can you examine my breast and see? It was actually my acupuncturist, not just my acupuncturist. And I just said, can you just examine my breast, for me, please? So she did. And she said, I feel something right here, right? I did not tell her about the mammogram that had the spot on it. I didn't tell her anything. I just asked her because I wanted to make sure that the spot wasn't just a fluke or some tissue or whatever. So I said, can you check it for me? So she did. She did an exam for me. It's not what she does, but she did it for me. And she checked and she said, it's right here. Do you know that was the exact spot, not the area, not just around it. It was the exact spot that was shown on the mammogram.
Wow.
Yes. So at that point, I told her, after she did the exam and she found it, I told her that I told her about the irregular, not the irregular, but the spot that showed up on the mammogram. So of course we were proactive and we did some things acupuncture wise. I have some patches that I have that I totally believe in. Um, I started using those. Sorry, hold on one second. So I know you probably missed one. Anyway, I started using the patches and we actually did some acupuncture on my breast. And we did that for how long we did that? A few months up until I left out of the country. I didn't put them on when I was out of the country, so I stopped using them. But anyway, so we did that, and I said, now I'm just gonna see if after doing that, if that made a difference. So it did. My husband was there when we did the exam and when she found the spot, because I didn't tell her, she found the exact spot where we had the irregularity in the mammogram. But anyway, so long story short, today there was nothing there. So
That's amazing. I'm so happy.
Wow, that is great news.
Yeah.
yep.
That is outstanding news. That is outstanding news. So I take together from your story that there are medical ways to prevent or treat this particular condition. Is that correct?
Yeah, we actually did acupuncture in it. I had needles coming all out of my breast, acupuncture at one time. And like I said, I did those patches that we sell, LifeWave patches. So we had those, and it made all the difference. And your diet, my diet had to change. I had things that I had to do. So in order to heal my body, so my body can heal, and I did those things. I was disciplined in that way in order to heal my body. So he's showing you the LifeWave patches. They're different. We have patches for different things that bother you or that you have going on. You can't sleep. If you have high blood pressure, we even do some with weight. And like I said, that was the area where we use for cancer, and we have them for energy, for pain. So yeah,
Y'all see that one?
that's at Silent Nights. Yes, sir.
Oh, no, okay.
Yep. So that was my woosah. Not that I worry, because I can't worry. You don't worry about it. I didn't worry about it, but it was in my mind, and it was something that I had to overcome and accomplish, and I just did it. So with the help of Miss Kizua, all
Well,
through
I
him. Now,
definitely appreciate that. That is great news. Oh my goodness, too. I didn't know you had all that going on. I thought you were just taking something personal against me, but now I feel better, and I realized it was an internal struggle within, and it wasn't towards me. So I forgive you. I forgive you indeed.
it's always towards you.
Welcome, Tony. Welcome to the show, buddy.
What's going on?
Oh man, everything is going on out here in these streets.
Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah.
came in her talking, came in her speaking about that. I wasn't sure. Yeah, that was something. Of course, was definitely something on the mind. Yeah. So I appreciate the fact that that she was fortunate enough to be able to come out of that, successfully. And and I tell people this on a note, it definitely helps to have the rockney, the spiritual background as well with it. Everybody, although people do treatments, whether natural or through health care physicians or modern medicine, it all determined. Fate is all determined by the Most High. And having that relationship is so important in what you do. We changed, our lifestyle on a lot of things we did. What I tell y'all, people hearing us here, I tell my members, I tell them they fat because I care, and nobody, and they might take it offensive, but it's being honest. People, we humor one another and play that though it's not a condition, but it hurts us, you know. And you know what really helps with your spirituality is your natural health as well, because when your natural health is strong, it allows you to be the focal in more on your spirituality, which is your ruachni. And when your physical is so, you know, destructive and torn down, it really takes away, because that mental energy you have to focus in to be ruachni spiritual. You have to be able to have that inner strength, you know, from that natural healing health to help you to be able to, you know, kind of balance yourself on both ends, because you have a natural side of yourself as well as a ruach, the spiritual side of yourself. Also, our youngest son, he had heart problems before he was larger, and also big cookie, and he definitely done tremendous, and he got his test results back the day it was testing on the heart, and everything was fine. We appreciate the Most High for both of those. Both of them, you know, both of them got their recovery news today, how well they were doing. He was in the hospital during COVID. We couldn't come in the hospital to see him. His wife couldn't come. We couldn't come to surgery. And it was, I told him last night, I think the first time, I said it was all I could do to keep him coming and shoot the place up. I said, because you talking about when you can't get to your kid, you know, people don't understand that. I'm like John Q, you know, I need to see my son, but I knew my wife needed me and we needed it. And his wife and kids and, you know, his big brother, he was worried about him. You know, we couldn't see him or anything. But, you know, they did what happened, did a surgery, you know, couldn't find it. And, you know, we talked about it last night, he and I. I was telling him how, you know, people don't realize, you know, it's one thing when you go to the doctor and you have a condition, they find something, a blockage or something, and then they say, okay, we removed it. You have an idea of why. When you go to the hospital and you don't know why, but yet you still down, and all the tests come back and they can't figure out, it's all inconclusive when they've done every test, then you really look at the importance of the relationship that you need to have with him and how vital that is in a time that you realize if something came on you and it just left like that, then who to say when it won't come back? You know, when it's a blockage, not that it can't come back when they find it's a blockage or it was some large somewhere or whatever it might be, it can still, you know, reoccur because he is to control all things. But it lets you really get a deeper understanding for the relationship you have to be with, that you have to realize, just like I gave it to you and I removed it. No man can tell you what it was, and no man can tell you how it left, which means I can bring it back. So you need to keep this strong bond relationship with me. And I just want to say I appreciate that. And also to our wonderful, wonderful listener, followers, every one of y'all, I hub every one of you. We appreciate you guys, your support, your givings, your offerings, everything you do, because we can't do what we do without you. You know, we got the minds and we got the mic, and we look for you to come on. Let's put these minds and this mic to work, and let's come up with some creative ways to be a better people, starting with self enlightenment, self encouragement, self building, self wealth. Let's start having that relationship with him is so important. So I just wanted to put that out there. But anyway, how you doing, Dr. D? And tell them how they can get your book. We want to make sure we've been lazy lately on, you know, putting out our sponsorship for all of those that follow us that have their individual businesses that they do. Please send and give them the email. They can email us. We want to give you a shout out and help you too, because we got great people with us that support us, that watch, that do different businesses. We don't. Tula don't talk much about. She doesn't talk about it all, but Barat products. Our family, that's all we use. Toothpaste. She makes our toothpaste, our soap, our deodorant, our hand soap, our cleanser that we use. We spray around the house and we clean. She makes all of this stuff. The woman's brilliant. People don't know that. You know, in school at the same time while we're doing this, to be an acupuncturist. That's how much we believe in what we've learned and what we received from it. That she's actually in school doing it. Last semester, y'all saw she was quiet. We come on, she was in class and doing the show at the same time. And she keeps a really good high grade point average. She and I do a lot. I mean, we're like slam busy going, trying to do so many things. We got another venture we're going to be launching out to you guys soon in a couple of weeks. You'll hear about this. You'll see for real. We are all over the place. But we need you. We appreciate you guys. We want your comments. We want your calls. We want you to be a part. We want you better. It ain't about just us. It's about you being better. We want you healed. We want you wealthy. We want your family doing well. You know, I mean, we all a part of each other. You having nothing does what for us? You having something does everything for us, because that's inclusive.
Right.
But anyway, what we got going on tonight? I see Dr. Joe fell off. She gonna get a check for that.
Huh?
Huh?
Oh. she's trying to
Internet problems, technical difficulties.
so
That's a check.
oh
Give
sorry.
him a check.
What's wrong with you? Dwayne
Me
just lost
either,
power in his house.
He lost. Oh my goodness.
She need a
They
check.
gonna give. You know what? Probably a turtleneck.
She need a check too. She definitely need a check too. Yeah, I got a little technical difficulties
something
over here
happened.
too on my side.
What?
Let me see what's going on with this light. Oh, I know what's going on with this light. It's a timer.
Oh, okay.
So it's a motion detector. So if there ain't no motion in the room, it'll go dark over a little time. Yeah.
So wait a minute. What if you're sitting out on the sofa watching television? How long does that take before it goes out?
It's adjustable. Right now, I don't know. Right now, I think it's probably set on 15 minutes.
Oh,
But
that's
you can set it on 30 minutes. You can set it on an hour. You can set it on 5 minutes. You can adjust it however you want to.
is that
Or
a
you can
lamp?
just set it stays on permanently.
Is that a lamp or is it connected to your overhead light?
It's an actual light switch. It's a motion light switch.
Wow, look at that.
Oh yeah.
What do you know?
Oh yeah. What I'll do, Tula, I'll take you on a tour one day.
Dwayne, all right. Okay.
Yeah,
it ain't
that's how we,
not like that, okay?
yeah.
A
Yeah.
light motion light switch.
Yes.
We need that for the
It's
TV.
real.
Most
It's
public
nothing.
facilities, like if you ever been in the public bathroom sometime
Yes,
and
I
they had a
have.
motion and you walk in and yeah, that's what this is.
It's nothing. Excuse me.
Oh, it's a lot. It saves a lot.
Not on and
It's
off.
all about what you want to do.
Yeah, because if you leave it on, it's gonna be on permanently. So it's just detected by motion. Think about it like a floodlight. Some people have motion floodlights outdoors. They can leave their outdoor lights on all night, or they can put on a motion sensor and it detects and comes on when it detects motion. It saves energy. And that's what we all got to do. We just got to learn how to save energy and continue to harmonize with one another. And speaking of harmonizing and saving energy,
I like
There's a-
my lights on. I like my house to be lit up. I don't want that popping on. I want it to stay lit. I need somebody who want to do something. I need you to see clearly what you're doing, so you can see your last day. Everything be clear to you till it go dark.
well, I like your house, and I really love that background you have, that ocean. It looks really, really wonderful. I want to
come
get that
swimming.
one day too.
Yes, you come over here, please. that water is back now, so that's why I put people at. When I catch them doing something, I'll off it. I already have somewhere to put them. I keep the sharks right there behind me waiting.
Wow. Wow.
Shark. Ooh, Nemo.
Wow. We got Resident Joe joining us again. What's going on, Resident? Are you back?
Girl, hey.
I'm trying a new internet. I am back. I love the area I live, but the internet really sucks. Can you guys hear me?
You might want to
Yeah,
get
You
a
know what?
So what you got to do is you got to actually go ahead and accept responsibility and
Spectrum.
purchase your own internet and quit trying to use your neighbor's Wi-Fi password. You got to quit that.
That's time. Wow. So what do you have? Spectrum?
No, they don't
Dr.
serve
Joe, you
here.
got Spectrum is usually who's down in your area. Who do you have?
No, they don't serve here.
Who do you have?
Hughes. I've tried Earthlink, Viasat, and now the last one is Hughes.
Try Comcast.
Can't hear me.
Comcast. Comcast.
Yeah, we can
They
hear
should
you.
be-
They don't.
Comcast.
They don't serve
They
here.
should.
Comcast.
They
Nobody
just
else.
started with us.
Only
They
three
just
serve.
started with us.
Not this area in particular where I live. This part.
Have you tried using your cell phone as a hotspot?
Yeah, it's not strong enough for streaming because I stream for work as well. So they're gonna send me a device, but it doesn't get here till Monday for extra.
You mean a
strength.
booster? A booster to boost
I
the
guess.
You got
boost
the
the signal?
booster.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
I don't know. It's supposed to be something that's gonna help me with my stream.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk offline, and what I'll end
Wow.
up doing is I'll go ahead and I'll make certain I give you some tips and advice on how to get you affordable Wi-Fi plan, and you no longer have to stream using your neighbor's password.
I don't have neighbors. My only neighbors
So-
don't have internet.
That being
I
said,
love
now that you're
you.
back, Tony was talking about supporting a lot of other people or whatever that we have, and a lot of different business entrepreneurs. There's one particular one in particular that wanted to share with you, and this is Faith P Realty. Faith P
Yes.
Realty is one of the Atlanta's most popular realtors. She's up and coming, and I mean she does everything from specializing in MLS listings as well as listings that are off site that are actually, they're off market listings. She specializes in all that stuff. We definitely want to just tell you guys to go check her out. Her website is YouTube. You can find her at Faith P Realty or Faith Sales ATL. Sales is SELLS. And I also have a really, really quick
Put it
little
up
clip.
now.
Y'all say that again.
Probably type it up there. I know I hear people talk that. Not ready to write. You'll miss it.
Yeah.
Type it up.
Well, we'll definitely put it on here, but I got a quick little video wanted to share with y'all really, really quick. Here we go.
Determine what kind of life you want to live. If you want to have a more city life, then maybe staying in the perimeters will be best for you. If you're looking for a more suburban life, but you still want to be within 30 to 40 minutes within all the action of the city, then maybe moving outside of the perimeter is the best for you. So niche.com's top picks for retirees are listed here, and my top picks for retirees are listed right here. If you want more information or you would like a relocation package, please reach out to me with your email and I will gladly send it to you. So these are your quick tips for retirees moving to the Atlanta metro area. Please tune in to Enjoy Your Legacy podcast. Thank you for watching. Bye.
There it is. Faith P.
That's just
That
Y'all
was a
check
great.
out Faith P. She out here doing her thing out here in these streets. She is making it happen.
Shout out to her marketing team. Awesome.
Oh man, listen, she got one of the best marketing teams out there. Matter of fact, I've been doing some negotiations offline with the marketing team. We trying to do something. We trying to bring Two Mice and a Mind on a whole nother level. Ain't that right?
Oh yeah. Listen, it never hurts.
Listen, hold on. We got what's up with these names? We gotta stop with all these Tony Big Dog.
What?
Let's grow up, okay? Let's grow up, okay?
Wow. Who did that?
Let's
Dwayne?
grow up. We know who did that. You had me about
Dwayne.
halfway through the show before I realized you had did that. I don't even know how long I went before I realized you done did that.
Change my back. I don't know who done that. Change my back.
You know what? That's an insult. You should never refer to yourself as that.
How's that?
Put change it from that. Somebody put it Tony. Who put that up now? Oh.
See.
Why not update-
Was that a bark?
MTV?
That bark right there, that sounds kind of rough. Speaking of barks,
Brother Shot. Oh,
let me
thank
tell
you.
y'all, I got some great news, too.
What's so great?
Listen, for the past 2 weeks, the dog is gone. Yeah, the dog is gone.
Boom.
Yes, the
Hold on.
dog is gone.
Let me
It's
say
been
this.
2 weeks now. Last
the
week,
dog
I
living?
looked outside. They had the dog tied to a clothesline.
Oh,
Last week, the clothesline is gone. The clothesline is gone, which means the dog is gone. He ain't coming back. Usually, the dog won't be out there, but the clothesline
You-
still be up.
you did
Now
something
the
to that
clothesline
dog?
is also gone. It's been 2 weeks. What's wrong with you,
That
Tuli?
dog needs to- She crying.
That is great news, Resident Joe. That's great news. Y'all do not know how many dreams
quiet.
and how many times in my mind I have fantasized about
Getting
things
rid
that
of
should
that
not be fantasized about when you talk about a big dog. But when I seen Tony refer to himself as big dog, that brought back memories. I have traumas over this dog.
The dog done ran you crazy.
I have trauma.
The
Y'all don't
barking.
understand. It's not a bar.
Yeah.
It's one of the you say how Tony made an attempt to
Constant
bark.
howling.
Imagine that. Imagine hearing that off.
Don't
Was it
don't blame it
It's
on the
been 2
dog.
weeks.
It's a whine. The dog.
Oh,
Don't
Wanna
blame it
get
on
in
the
the house.
dog.
Let me tell you what the
Whatever.
problem was. The problem is just that. He's absolutely right. Those people would let the dog in the house during the daytime. At nighttime, put the dog outside, and the dog is Let me in.
Don't get back in. Just sit there, break down.
Let me in. Oh my goodness. Y'all do not know. Y'all do not understand how many times.
For you. This is good news. Good news Thursday.
I really feel better. I feel so much better.
Is your hands innocent?
Poor dog.
Hey, if the glove don't fit, you must have quit.
That's what they say.
If the glove don't fit, you must have quit.
That's it.
I have nothing to say. I don't want to know.
So that is
Right.
the
That's what I
epitome
said.
of
Tony, did he do something to
doggone
his
it.
dog?
Huh?
Huh?
What you say, Resident Jones? Somebody said that dog dead.
She trying to debate if she want to repeat what she said.
What you say?
Horrible.
So what we got going on? So we can't find what happened to the dog. We just had to wait. We'll see if it's any signs on Telegram poll asking for the dog.
Not me. Don't tell me. Please
Let me
don't.
tell you something.
I think my conversation is
I
behind.
am an animal lover. I
them
love
too, somewhere
animals.
else.
No, I said, do you
I
have
do
something
too.
to do with
And-
that dog?
When we
think
went
that
to Africa
internet
to see the
going
animals.
down a little bit. You boy coming out. You said I'm assuming you saying that I have anything to do with that dog leaving. I hope so.
Said no calls were made. You know what?
I sure hope I did. I don't know, but I sure hope that my labor was not in vain.
Dog might be just going somewhere to get worked out and
Look
come
at
back.
him. Look at him. Y'all don't listen. When I tell you I've been sleeping solid, let me tell you something. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Guess what time I went to bed?
What
Come on.
time?
Guess what time I was in the bed ready to go?
7 o'clock.
What time I was
7
in the
o'clock. 7.
No, 1-7. Guess, Toolie.
7:30.
9.
No, at one
6
time.
o'clock.
Resident Joe Resident Joe just left. 8:30. I was in the bed 8:30, sleeping like a champ.
That's late for you.
It sure
Hey,
is.
I was sleeping like how George Foreman looked when Muhammad Ali knocked him out.
He was not out. He was not knocked out.
I
You
was
do know
gone.
that. You do know he was not knocked out, correct?
Just go along with the joke. Why you just
Hello?
can't go with the joke? It was funny. I put it out there. The
No,
audience
we
didn't
keep
know. The
going.
audience member was laughing, and you want to just go ruin it.
No, we want the artist to laugh. We just don't want to know the truth. Ali did not knock out George Foreman.
He lost.
He lost because his corner threw the fight. His corner told him not to listen to don't listen to the referees. They told him to only listen to them. So what he wound up doing was when he was getting the count from the referee, he would listen to the corner. When the referee hit 10, his corner was at 7. If you get a chance, pull that fight. I want you to pull that part up.
I'm gonna put it up because I'm listening to what he's saying.
Yeah, I want you to
he's
watch
saying,
it. I
He's
want you to
saying
watch
George Foreman did get knocked out. You say he did not get
He
knocked
did.
out. That's what you're saying.
He did not get knocked out.
All right.
If
So
you watch
when
it,
why was the ref counting? Hold on. Why was the ref counting?
No, let me say this. The ref did count him out. His corner told him to tell him through the fight. No, listen what I'm telling you. Ali did not knock him out the way we think it. The way they show you the fight is like he knocked him out. What his corner told was tell you how they set you up. George Foreman said really just it made him very angry. Because what happened, his corner told him, don't listen to the ref count, listen to our count. Now that tells you right there that's slave. So he would listen to his corner count. When the ref counted 10, right, if you look at him, you pull the fight, you'll watch him jump up and he'll start jumping around with because he was mad because they set him up.
His corner set him up is what you're saying.
Yes.
I don't know why.
Watch it. Watch when he get up. Let's see if he look. Watch when he go down. But watch when he get up.
Devastating, to say the least.
Oh, okay.
This particular time.
Rope-a-dope.
Tried to pull a sneaky right hand on Ali. Ali hanging on, getting away with it. Getting away with it. The left hand taken on the side of Ali's cheek. The left hook again on the side of the glove. Right hand by Foreman was not effective. The right uppercut did bounce the head a little bit.
Let's see what's happening now.
All of this is why he in the situation he in today.
Look like George winning.
George was hitting, but he
look like
his
George was
tactic
hitting. He
was
got
to
him on
let
the
him
rope.
hit him.
Ali to let the man punch himself out. 30 seconds left in round 8.
He got him on the rope.
Very even fight. Ali, a sneaky right hand. Another sneaky right hand. This time he works over the shoulder of Foreman.
Got him. Got him. Look at that.
Watch him. Watch him. Watch him. Just watch. Watch him.
Hold on now. Let me stop it. Let me stop it because I want to be fair. Before I comment, let me just watch it one more time. I want to make certain that I thought I saw what I thought I saw.
He went down.
Hold on. I just want to be fair. Can we just watch it one more time? Everybody in the audience, let's just watch it one more before I even comment. I just want to watch it one more again. One more again. We're going to put it right here. Let's put it right here.
Another sneaky right hand. This time he works over the shoulder of Foreman.
That fella knees ain't even up on it. That fella can't even stand. Look at that walk. That fella can't even stand up. Man, come on, man.
Make no mistake.
Come on, man.
Make no mistake.
Come on, man. That man was not that. That man was not that. That man was not that. Just like how I was with my dog. When the neighbor dog got took, I've been sleeping not that. Just like him. Come on now, y'all don't take credit away from the man now. Tuli, what did you see, Tuli? Did you see all his corner miscounting all this? What did you see, Tuli?
Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
His corner count.
The man was getting up. The man was trying to get up.
Because his corner, his corner told him, listen, they count. I'm listening to George's story. George said his corner told him, listen to him. Listen, Cassius Clay is one of the greatest fighters ever. That's not taking none away from him. But you just got to understand that a lot of time these people move fights around. They make their own champion. You can be great, but you don't have to win. Just like Mike Tyson when he lost his fight. It's all about how they want to put you in, where they want to put you. When you're not making them money no more, these people get rid of you. These people move who popular. Listen, Ali had the hot hand. So you go with him for the fact he has a hot hand. He was likable. He made the mob money. He made all these people money because he could talk. He can energize. He can electrify. These guys can talk. George Foreman wasn't talk. Joe Frazier should have been blown up. Frazier was his hardest fight. He done fought. But Frazier couldn't talk. And he took advantage. Them people looked at somebody he could talk. He could build up a bigger a base of people that hated him to spend money as much as loved him. So the money he brought boxing, I don't think there's been a fighter that brought money to boxing like Ali did this time. Tyson is another one. These guys, you got people that have electrified and brought. George Foreman is a great fighter. He never brought the money to boxing.
Right.
None of the guy brought money to boxing the way Cassius did, the way he did it, the way Joe Louis. You know, you always have those fighters that come out there electrifying. You look like this, you go with the hot hand till you say, you know what, I can't make money with you no more. Because when I can't book a fight with you and I can't make money on no odds, I got to get rid of you.
So let me explain. Let me explain. All I'm saying is what you're talking about now, I don't disagree with at all. And that's pretty much, it's a sport of boxing rigged. I'm not disputing that at all. But I want to take that broad conversation and let's isolate it specifically down to this little bit Ali. Ali, let's talk about this Ali knocking out. I want to talk about this Ali knockout. Was that a legit knockout? That's all I want to say. Was that a legit knockout? Tuli, what do you say, Tuli? Was that a legit knockout?
He went down. Listen, he went
Tuli,
down.
that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not saying he faked to go down.
Come on now. I know you like George Foreman and you really spend a lot of money supporting this grill and you gained 80 pounds because of it. I understand that. I understand that. I don't dispute that at all. I know you're a George Foreman advocate.
He made it. Listen, what he did, he messed. Now, Ali wound up, I'm sorry, Cassius wound up paying for a lot of them fights later. He sat him and he did something that wasn't about, which he showed his strong his chin was. He took the hits from Foreman. he took all those hits to wear for him. That showed he wasn't just one of the most electrifying boxers. It was the fact most guys don't have a chin. He had a chin. He could take a punch. That's George Foreman hitting you in that corner. They called it. He said, man, it's like fighting a washing machine fighting that man. He said, man, that man just woo. He said, man, he you like and he took those punches. Those punches are part of the reason why he had the mental problems he had too later. Now I'll be honest. Let me be clear. I feel like the government did it to him. Too many fighters took punches harder than he had, and none of them done that. He's the only boxer we done found that came out that had like the disability from it. I believe they poisoned him. I really believe that.
Again, I don't dispute nothing you saying. All I'm saying is that y'all not finna sit here and tell me that Ali didn't knock out George Foreman. That's all I'm saying. I was the dog. I was knocked out sleep like how Ali did George Foreman. That's all I was saying. Listen. I said
he got up. He didn't stop. He got hit. Listen, man, you fight. Listen, those were two of the best fighters on the planet.
Listen, let me tell you something. I bet Ali never would have knocked me out.
Great hitter.
Oh, please.
Truly,
I believe that. I believe that he never hit below the belt. And where you'll be staying down there, he won't put a hand on you. Yeah. Ali was a clean fighter. You right. He'd have never hit you one time. Isn't that right?
Hey, callers, any of y'all want to dispute this Ali knockout? Anybody want to try to take away from Ali knocking him out? That's all I'm saying.
George Foreman never went 12 rounds.
He got knocked out in the 8th round. That's what they say right here.
I mean, question. Listen, nobody taking nothing away from Cassius knocking down and knocking him out. But I'm telling you what George said his story. George said his corner told him to listen to them. Do not listen to the ref. Listen to our account. He said made him real bitter after that fight. He realized he hurt the count.
He called taking an L.
He could have gotten up. Let me say this now. Getting back up, you already went down. If you got back up, you were going that one might have been the one that would have took you down. Because back then they let you keep fighting. It wasn't he got a cut. It was you could slug it. If you got it, keep them slugging, But now, because they start looking at injuries, their bosses getting constantly hitting their eye, a lot of them losing sight in their eye, vision blurred, some of the speed, the cognitive level. So they start looking at now, get a man out of there, recognize signs, get them out. Get like quarterbacks now. Quarterbacks took hits years ago. These guys now they get hit with. Listen, man, you 3 games set, man. But I mean, it should be because of moving on to that. Just look at how many guys are messed up today because of these sports. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely. I mean, again, he's one of the greatest ever to put on gloves and shoes. You know what I'm saying? That's just bottom line, hands down. The speed, the charisma, he could talk. You know what I'm saying? He was a full pack. We hadn't had a full package, I think. Probably last time we had a full pack, or the first one probably would have been Jack Johnson. Because he really defied their system. I mean, just being in the ring, being a white man and asking a white audience, is this your champion?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know how dangerous that is? You're talking about in the early 1900s, you asking white people, is this your champion? And you hitting him? And pull that fight when he slipped. Just showing that clip right quick. When Jack Johnson slipped. He was in the box and he was talking, he slipped and went to one knee and the crowd started cheering. He got back up. They say he hit the guy so hard, his teeth came out in the glove.
God, no.
That's how mad he got. Because the people cheered. They felt like the white box had knocked Jack Johnson down, so they were cheering. So Jack got back up and hit him so hard in the mouth. They say his teeth he took his teeth out and they were stuck in the glove to him. You know how hard you got to hit a man to do that?
Right.
Yes. This man, he's the first heavyweight quote unquote black champion. They don't give him enough credit. Yeah. And they formed, they created the Man's Act off of him, taking him over the state line, kidnapping. They called it the Man's Act. But I think Trump just came along when he was the dirty president. He wound up, expunging his record. He gave him a pardon, which really helped him. Him being dead, and you charged him with kidnapping white women, and never happened. And King Kong, the movie, was supposed to be created off of Jack Johnson. So surely he's in his grave cheering that this is off his record now. He knew he wasn't guilty when it happened. I mean, this is the world we live in. This system that we are constantly, bombarded by, and we have to continue to fight it with our intelligence and making these creative moves and informing each other, giving knowledge out to our people and people in general. So when we have knowledge, you can take away the strength of weapons and other things, because then you know who's in charge. You know what you have to do. Most people now they heard it to play. They heard it to come out to demonstrate. And they heard it to come out to support there. And then as you see, they miss it. After that, the cause is not over. And they're gonna look at what we said. Freddie, what's the boy they killed in Baltimore? Freddie. Remember the police ran after him chasing years ago. He was a hot name.
Freddie Gray.
For quote unquote. Freddie Gray. Remember how huge that case was? And people was out. Where is everybody on Freddie Gray? Remember Eric Garner?
Yeah.
I can't breathe. Breonna Taylor, say her name. I remember Trayvon Martin. What's the other gentleman? Oh, this one. We went.
He slipped down. There you go. He slipped down.
Oh, yeah, but
Get up, though.
Let rewind. I rewind it.
Get up, though.
hold on.
Now round 12, Colma, California, October 16th, 1909.
1909.
Johnson
He
is
got
down.
him. Look.
It was a terrific right to the jaw. The referee's count
let's see
seems
what they
fast.
do.
Johnson's up at 8. He's mad. Ketchell's excited, comes in wide open, takes the right
See
turn on the jaw. They're
see
both
that?
down. Johnson
Huh?
gets up and the referee counts.
Tell
on
me about
Ketchell.
that. His teeth in their glove.
No.
Timberlake,
Let me
you
tell
heard
you
me say-
something now. He counted his corner. What he doing right there in his corner is a different count. And he counted his corner. He followed what his corner do. That's what he doing right there. That's what he was doing.
I tell you, listen. You saw how hard he hit that boy.
Yeah,
He hit
man.
that
He
joker
hit that
so
fella
hard.
hard, man. He
They
dropped that
said that
fella
Jackson
hard.
Johnson said that he hit, but from my understanding, it was probably he said he slipped. But you saw he went back. Of course, the audience looking at you knocked down. But had they known, they'd have never cheered. That man lost 2 teeth that day out of their mouth. Yeah, he hit him so hard. He hit him with all his weight.
That
That
fella
man
was
went
gone.
to
That fella
prison.
ain't budge.
Man,
That fella
he
right
hit
there
that
did
joker.
not budge at all. Oh my goodness.
That's how
But you're
serious
right. I've been telling people about these sports entertainment, how they throw stuff. You know, that's just not privy to the boxing community. That happens in all, sports communities and all that stuff. We've seen it happen a lot in tennis matches, especially when the Venus sisters was dominating. They would get deliberate calls to make everything go against them.
Out their hair.
We've seen that in golf with Tiger Woods. We've seen it in several other sports, NFL, NBA. We've seen it all the time. Bad calls after bad calls after bad calls. So I don't dispute none of that stuff. I believe you're right. Tony's absolutely right. What you say too, the resident Joe?
Baseball is the only honest sport.
And that's why I played baseball 7 years.
That's how you know they no good. You played it. That's sure how sorry work the head.
Let me tell you something.
Honest sport.
Let me tell you
I played it
something.
before you were honest back then.
Let me tell you something. Baseball, that's a man's sport right there. They call it hardball.
Man.
That's what they call it.
And they don't cheat it now. That's good to know because they just fired the coach at Alabama, the baseball coach, for his irregularity. They said they seen, if I'm understanding, they saw the bettors. They saw him up in a stand throwing a sign signaling him. So they saw they went back through and watched the tape. They had been watching him, and they wound up firing the head coach. See, these guys, man, Alabama's a beloved team for football already. Yeah, they just fired him over this week. Last week, yeah. They caught him and they wound up watching. Somebody had to tell. Always somebody told who ain't probably get their money and find they lost behind it. And then so they told, Alabama had been watching him as well as the better guy. They had been watching him and watching. You can put it up.
Man, I tell you what, Tony, I really didn't know too much about it. Do you mind if I play a quick 47 clip to kind of bring the audience up to speed on that? Because this is breaking news. I didn't know anything about that.
So Dr. Jones, you know what Dracula told him when he went to the hospital? Say, asked him
when who went to what did you say? When who went to the hospital?
Dr. Joe Frozen?
Dracula.
No, I don't.
See, that messed up the whole punchline. You see, telling jokes is hard out here. I told you I make.
Let me get it right before I play. Let me just tell him. Do you know what happened? Hold on. Do you know what happened? Do you know what Dracula said was wrong with him when he went to the hospital?
What?
I know it was the blood. I know it was the blood. All right, come on, little doctor, let it play.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. Here we go.
First on 5 and new at noon. Alabama baseball coach Brad Bohannon has been fired after 6 seasons. It ended with a sports betting scandal. An announcement from the university's athletic department said Bohannon violated the standards, duties, and responsibilities expected of university employees. The announcement also named Jason Jackson as interim head coach. The firing comes soon after an announcement from the Ohio Casino Control Commission, which issued an emergency order prohibiting wagers on Alabama baseball, citing suspicious activity.
Okay, I guess it happens. Baseball. Somebody reminded me of Pete Rose. You're right. You're right.
Oh, Pete Rose. Only thing with Pete Rose, that's totally different. Pete Rose never bet on his own team. That's the stuff they got to look. Listen, a man betting is a man betting. You don't change. They're grown. You let them play the sport. How you gonna tell them not to do it? This is the problem. Is betting illegal?
Right.
If it's legal, then they have a right. If I feel like I'm gonna win, why I can't make money off of me playing? I can see if you say you can't bet on your own team. You got what I'm saying? But what about the fact if you win? What about the fact you look at? Hey, I'm a winner. I'm a bet on what's okay. Let me do that. Says hypothetical. Love doctor. I'm gonna bet you $20. You can't beat me in basketball. Who am I betting on?
Myself. You yourself.
And I'm betting on me to win.
Right.
I mean, that's crazy. Well, I'm gonna play you and I'm gonna bet on Tula. It don't make sense.
Right.
So I mean, with anything you get, you're gonna have corruption in it. Don't get me wrong. There's no way you ain't gonna stop it because you stop betting. But I don't think it's fair to tell a grown person that playing a sport, why I can't bet on myself. You tell me to believe in myself, trust in myself, go with my gut instinct. Okay, I'm playing for this team. I see what we got here. I see what we can do. I'm going to bet on us winning. I'm gonna get my paycheck and I'm gonna make some money off the fact I'm out here playing. And now I'm gonna go to jail. It's a fact I can't ever play the sport again. You betting on me. The owners bet all the time, and owners ought to be prosecuted for betting. Because you can throw the game more better than anybody. You think these owners don't bet? They bet each other. How you think some of these players get traded? You look at what kind of dumb trade. Because these owners bet.
Oh, gotcha.
Come on. You think they don't bet? Are you serious? You know how much money they made from winning that? That's not enough. Look how many people they got to pay out, how many bonus checks they got to give. I need to make some more money. Listen, man, let me tell y'all something. People can get out of their head. These people all cheat. These people all steal. They all lie. They're like America spied on everybody else. They're allies. Okay, I'm trying to see. The Patriots used to spy on the other teams they used to play against. Everybody spies on everybody. Everybody checks on everybody. There's not a fair player. These people don't have their wealth because they play by honesty, integrity, and dignity. They give you the morality. They give it to you. They source it in your mind. That's not what they live by. Listen, if you see me drop my wallet, you give it back to me because that's the right thing to do. That makes you a good Samaritan. That's being your part as an American. But I'll take from you in your face, behind your back. I teach you morality because I know I can slip and drop some. I know I can slip and mess up, so I teach you to forgive me. I will never forgive you. I will never give you back anything that belongs to you. That's the system we live in. And you have to get people to think about it. You have to teach this. And what's hurting them right now, worldwide, if you notice, they're not showing on the news. You know how many countries where people in an uproar, they fight against their government? They can't show it, and they know it's coming. They got to give you other things. They got to focus you on other things, make you think. Because if these people all start saying that, they know they're breaking away from this lead drove mentality giving them about being these peaceful people while we take your weapons, take your things, and convince you that you are dangerous with a gun. I need them. The last time they had guns and the people didn't have guns, it was called England. Okay? That was the last time this event happened. Where the government had guns, they didn't have, and they left because they knew they needed to be able to protect themselves against the government. So when they came here, when they wrote up everything they wrote from a Constitution and Amendment, they have nothing that goes against militias. People teach you about the American Army. Paul Revere them was part of a militia. They were called the Minutemen. They were not part of the military. The government, they knew when they established the government that the people needed to be armed to keep the government from coming to oppress the people. When the government was designed, it was only supposed to be designed to do the will of the people. Y'all remember politicians used to kiss babies. They used to come to you and shake hands and make promises to talk to you because we lost that. So now we become subservient to the people that were supposed to be just making sure our desires were being met. Not only you have a military, because once it was all state and rented, we needed someone to be able to defend. You can't pencil something if you don't have something to defend it. That's why the Indians lost They took their weapons, they broke them down, and they moved them because they had nothing to defend against that paper and pencil. But your government has a gun. They have a constitution in stone and metal on courthouses. They have police officers that are guard. They have a military. They have federal homeland security. They got ATF, DEA to make sure that that paper can be defended. You cannot sign a deal with these people and you don't have a military to defend what you put on paper. What say you?
Goodness. That's something right there. You definitely got a point on that. Wow. That's really something right there.
If people just knew the real truth about how things actually are and how important it is to really understand, why you here. I mean, even in the world, people really just sit back and considering. You either in here you're a giver, you leave something, or you're a taker, or you just wasted time. You just a waste of time in life. It's sad that people come through and just wind up being a waste of time in life because you added nothing, you gave nothing, you enriched nobody. You know what I'm saying? A tree will leave a legacy because it'll produce something that'll drop their hand, that'll cause others to grow from it. What you ask yourself, people, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're not contributing, you're not adding nothing to life. You should be leaving something behind you. Look at how torn and how ripped the world is today. Look at how we are just as a people, and how, anybody can kill anybody at any time. It was a time that wasn't so. Kill people, mad people, crazy people,
right?
Drug dealers, gangs. Man, people are ordinary people, elementary kids are killing people.
Yeah.
We have reached a time in our life to where man is unhinged.
Yeah.
Really unhinged. And we need reality check. We need to know that it's not every one of us. We need to know that there are some of us that see a decent way and see, a right to other people as well. And you need to know what's going on around you. Don't live the life of I don't want to know. You need to know. You need to know what's going on around you and see how do you impact it, how do you change it, how do you influence it, how you de-escalate it. Every one of us are key components to being the people that can de-escalate everything going on. If my people call by my name,
that's
each
true.
one of us.
Yes, we got a video about
are the missing link.
Go ahead. You said you got a video
about about the Michigan school district that was banning backpacks. That's the first one.
Oh yeah.
At the top.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Oh yeah, I did hear about that. Guess they got to a point then got tired of
Yeah, 2 school districts banned students from bringing backpacks to school. They have had several incidents of students bringing guns to school. So Grand Rapids Public School announced this on Wednesday. It's banning backpacks after a loaded gun was discovered in a third graders book bag.
Wow, third graders! Oh my goodness, yo,
it's incorrect. It keeps on getting worse.
That was the fourth gun being confiscated this year.
The fourth gun?
The fourth time. This is the fourth incident in a year.
But no matter what they
do,
I don't know if I used to work in a school where they used to use metal detectors, and they still got in weapons. They still got in weed. They still got in weapons. They were smoking in the bathrooms. I think we're doing all these things and it might work, but we have to focus on working with these kids rather than trying to work around it, because these kids are going to find a way of doing things. Some way, somehow, these kids are intelligent and they just keep on doing these things. But I feel like we have to educate our children rather than, they're going to do it anyways.
Wow.
This kind of
Yeah, there were at least 16 shootings in K through 12 schools
Yes.
in the
Yes.
United
It is
And what was
insane.
that about?
States. What?
I left my glasses. What happened? I left my glasses. What happened?
I said there were so far at the time of the article there were 16 shootings for grade K through 12.
Mm-mm-mm.
That's
Figure out
crazy.
Crazy. It's insane.
I don't know what the situation is within the homes as far as how many guns that people have. But if you're a parent and you carry your gun, if that's something you when you go to work you have your gun, your keys, whatever. Then when do you realize, oh, I don't have my gun or I misplaced it or if you
Right.
have yeah, is it multiple guns in the house and you just the kid chooses one or you take mom's gun and she realizes it later that she didn't have it? Yeah.
I think one problem is
Wow.
a lot of people that get these guns. We need to have a safe somewhere to put these guns locked up, or these kids minor weak. And then, I don't get the part of buying a gun and having it just for home security. I am my home. I'm a secure. You touch that, well, you saying you got a gun because you're gonna defend if somebody try to come to your home. If somebody coming to my home, they're coming to the things that I built and my safety, my comfort. So if I'm willing to defend for that, why wouldn't I defend for me? So having a gun to keep at home makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Why you go out without one? I mean, why are you trying to defend brick and mortar? Let them have it. We talking about you. You are the most important thing than
Good
your
point.
house. Or, you know what I'm saying? I just don't get the methodology behind that. Methodology. You just, I got a gun, so at home, and somebody try to break in my house at night. Well, it's just a brick and mortar. You
Right.
should be the most when they break out. What are they coming to do? They might come in and kill me. What? So if somebody come after me on the street, what would they? What might they be trying to do?
Got a
You
point.
coming directly at me? Yeah, I can shoot you once you kick the door in. Once you can break the threshold, that's not even killing me. That's from entering brick and mortar. How can I shoot you, or disable you when you trying to assault me?
Right.
Think
Now,
about it. I can shoot you. Go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
No, I was changing the subject, but you go right ahead. You want to finish this one?
No, go ahead. No, that was a question that I can answer.
So now schools across the U.S. consider think about what you talk about schools tonight. The U.S. is considering pushing back the starting time. They're going to use this to combat the growing mental health issues among the students. So they're feeling that if you start school later, that would help the students.
I heard that before,
Yeah.
but they was like,
So how much later are they talking about starting school? Like 30 minutes later? How much later are they talking about?
The school starts at 7:30. They're moving it back to like 9:45.
So what that reminds
And
me
they
of
gonna
too
stay
is
up later.
as I'm matriculated through school, elementary school started a different time than middle school started a different time than high school. So
It's still
It's still what?
the same way.
so then are they saying they want the middle school to start the same time as the high schools now, or vice versa? Is that ultimately what it's saying?
No, once they expect one,
They're gonna
everybody's
move
gonna be,
every
not just one.
All right, so my
Is
high
they-
school started the earliest. High school started like 7:30 in the morning. Middle school started the latest. Middle school started at 9:30. So are they saying they pushing back everything an hour or so?
Everybody will have a later start time.
Which means they have a later finish time too, then, right?
Say what?
Yeah.
I didn't hear you.
He said they got to have a later finish time. I told him, yep. You said, definitely. But you think about why a lot of parents will vote for that. Think how many parents they have to pay for that after school care. So if they can get them to start that much later and the kid gets out at 5 or 6, I don't even need that. The kid will be in school, but now you got to look at the teachers. They put the teacher getting out 5, 6, and then got to get home. And you still got to grade papers.
So it's good for the
So
parents, but stressful for the teachers.
it throws it. Yeah, it gives some people a better. It helps out some people, but it also hurts a lot of other people. They're looking at this really inconveniences me because now me getting off this much later, I was able to do this. Even if I got kids, I had to get that starts then. If I'm getting off at 6, out of off, I'm getting off at 6. I still got to do it because sometimes you got to make sure you got to watch the bus, get them. So that's putting me home 7:30, 8 o'clock. Then I got my kids to get. Then I got to get them home. They got to eat, do this, then put them to sleep. So it's like it's gonna cause a major mess. I mean, you putting all the families back later too. You pushing time back later. All these kids, like they was complaining about kids not having to get up so early in the morning. They stay up late. So that's why another reason they want to do 11. All you're gonna do is give them a longer time to stay up. You give me 2 more hours to stay up. What am I going to bed 2 hours earlier? That makes sense.
Right. I'm with you.
I do have to say that there is a state where they made it 4-day school, and the kids will go to school 4 days, and then the other day the teachers were able to grade and do schoolwork at the school. So it was working. Less fights. The kids were more focused. I forgot what state it was.
I thought they've been pushed, but see what's gonna hurt them. But what happens too with that, Dr. Jones? So many parents work the weekend already. Got some parents working 6-7 days to make it. So some of these people looking at I pay on, somebody on the family might keep them the weekend, and I gotta pay other times or whatever. It just kind of put people in this. Now I gotta pay for an extra day. I had things kind of mapped out. A whole Friday off. I had nobody to keep my kids. Now I got to pay for a daycare. Now I'm incurring costs. While you saying it's helping the kid, it's hurt me. Because think about how many people that got minded kids that pay for after school care because they could time. I get them now. After school care, give me time to get there and get them, and get them home from there. But now if I don't have them on Friday, I got to pay somebody just to keep them that day. And 9 times 10, so that's what these nurses and these daycares going to make their money. So a lot of time when things are enacted, you got to look at what particular group is pushing for this legislation. Because think how much more money it's going to bring to after school care. Daycare.
Maybe it's me. I don't know, Dr. Joe, you can probably answer this better. But my question is, how does this help with your mental health? Because it's not like your problems, you think about your problems from 7:30 to 8:30. And then from 8:30 on down the rest of the day, you don't think about them. So if you go to bed with the same problem, I don't understand how they're pushing it and saying it's for the students' mental health. I don't understand how they're putting it together.
I'm gonna, Tuli, that's a good question. I don't know if they are actually gonna cut the day shorter, and because they feel like the kids are in school too long. I did see the article, but I didn't read it fully, so I don't know if they're gonna have a shorter day, because they were saying that it was too long for the kids to stay in school, so they wanted them to have less time in school. That I feel like it would help if they were to spend more time with their families. But like Tony said, these people are working. It is really difficult for them they're not going to spend time with their families. They're going to be at a daycare, babysitter, grandma. That will help, but I don't know how.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
According to the article, it's so that they can get adolescents can get more sleep. So that's how they're connecting that with their mental health.
Which sleep does help with the mental health, but they're not going to sleep, because the problem is that they're not going to sleep already. Is really, if the problem was that, is like the parents need to put the kids to sleep earlier.
That's true.
I don't think it's going to help.
I'm just more so along the lines of it's like what Tony said. I mean, if I can get rid of after school care, I'll just push it back an hour and say the expense of that, and pick them up when they get off from work. I don't know if y'all have noticed, but if y'all have really seen the traffic from like the amount of cars that are waiting out all piled up through the bus ramp to pick their kids up, it almost looked like a stadium game or something, or event going on. I'm like, this is crazy.
A lot of people don't want
to too. Yeah, what about people want to think about them, the ones that had to ride the bus. You think, but some of them that ride the bus wouldn't possibly ride the bus because at that late evening, most of them parents will be at home already. Some parents will probably go along. They say give them a chance to get home and wind down for their kids to get there. Give them a chance to get their birthday bus straight through the door hungry. Then but you got to give them a snack. So you got to prepare a snack and cook them. So you're like, I'm finna feed you twice. Versus if I can get home before you an hour and a half and give me a break, give me 30 minutes to wind down, I go ahead and have something done. When you get home, here go the food. Now shut up, sit down, do your homework, take a bath, go to sleep. Versus me, you coming in together. You know what I'm saying? I got the first thing I do, I got to rip and get you a snack. Then while they hold you down, try to make you something, try to get you to focus and get your homework. So you for the women, it'll just be that constant running.
It's always constant. Regardless of what time, they had nothing to do with the time. Right. But I remember when our kids were in school, they had a campaign with Ride the Bus campaign. They were trying to get the students to ride the bus a lot because at one point they didn't have they were kids out of the cars. Stop bringing your kids. There was so many people bringing their kids to school that they had this little campaign, Ride the Bus. Stop riding. Stop being car riders. They wanted to ride the bus. So
they're gonna be bus drivers.
Yep.
You're gonna wipe a job out.
Yeah.
Which means you're gonna wipe out the industry. You wipe out a job, you're gonna wipe out the industry. See, people around, they had to get them back to school. They didn't care about the kids' intellect. They had to get them back in there because you were wiping out teachers.
Mm-hmm.
They've been that whole little subject. There's a cafeteria workers, which means you were hurting Cisco, other places that bring food to the schools.
Mm-hmm.
They was killing out. These were programs that were going to get put out the government, which means if you got rid of programs, you got rid of people over the programs.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you had to get a fight to get them. See, people don't look at whenever they give you something. Always look at the bigger agenda.
Mm-hmm.
They were not caring about too many kids falling behind. No, they were looking at the fact that too many kids. They had issues where too many kids were sitting here and these kids were, it was just a mess. So they had to look at people. Yeah, they look at these people losing their jobs.
I really think about like, have we ever cared about these kids, or when we were kids, education or the education system wasn't that great. So I feel like, have we ever cared about, like you said, there's always an agenda. I feel like we've never focused on these kids. It's always been an agenda. And I feel like the kids are getting worse and worse.
Yeah, I agree. But that's where we at now. People don't consider, but we're in a bad spot. Nobody care about these. When I say it's not enough people that care about these kids. That's why we had to get together, make that difference, make that change. To the what else we got in the news while we went on, and Shari Boston, while he's still working. Still working. Make us some money. Give me money. Make some money. I know about my business. Y'all hear that? Smash that like button. Snatch the cash out. Hit that subscribe and that share button. I seen Confederate 48 said a comment up there earlier when I said something. Appreciate. I know you might not be feeling well, but we'll hard be hanging there. Always allowing for you, praying for you. Say appreciate you. Keep standing, hanging in there. Keep fighting. Don't whatever you do, you can't stop. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know you've been in something. You fought. You're fighting to try to get out of it. Keep fighting. That's all. That's sort of fight the power. We could do it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that what we had going on, we had, what? I hope he ain't in that turd. I know this man, when he get the turd, we'll have some bad episodes with him. Huh? We need to just get the best or worst episode with Dr. Kevorkian.
Look at him,
where
man.
Going to take turtles.
I know y'all want to know what I was doing.
No, we already know what you do. I don't want to know.
I was in there cooking. I'm in there cooking. Yeah. I got stuff cooking.
What do you
Let me show you what I just cooked up. I just performed surgery. I had to take a knife. I had to dissect this thing wide open. There you go, right there. Look at that. Oh,
you were cooking. Come on.
I can't eat
look at that right there. Look at that. Yeah. Yeah, y'all see it.
That man said we're cooking watermelon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You got it. See. You gotta know how to get it at the right temperature.
I believe it. You know what though?
You gotta eat at the right temperature.
I believe you cook watermelon.
What?
Yeah, I'll do a batter it and just get a little fry to it.
Oh no.
I believe she do it.
I would love to go. I really would like.
It'll be light. It'll be light though. You can't cook it long. It'll be real light. It can't get hot.
You can freeze it though.
Cook watermelon. Oh yeah, we talking about cooking.
You know people do that. You know people really do that. You do know that, right?
It don't taste the same. Freeze the watermelon, man. It don't taste.
You melt dark chocolate and you dip it in there and you put it in the freezer.
Yeah, he's talking about cooking it, right?
Yeah, you actually cook it. I don't know. Yeah, you actually cook it.
Cook
what?
No,
watermelon. Y'all know that, right?
No, tell us.
No,
I'm serious. I'm not joking. You really people really do. It's considered a delicacy.
I'm coming clubbing. I'm telling you can do it.
Let me guess who does it.
Right now. Look at that. That's watermelon.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see now.
Go, Smitty.
Look at that. Look at that. They cook it. They cook it up. Look at that. That's watermelon.
That's not watermelon.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Mm-hmm. Watermelon.
No way.
Look at that.
No.
Like pink meat.
That's what they do.
I've seen pineapples cooked. Now pineapple grilled. That's
Me
good.
too. They're real good.
That's
people grill watermelon. How they do? See, y'all ain't live like I live. Matter of fact, you know what? Y'all ain't never been to New York, have y'all?
Don't worry. Yes, I've been to New York.
Which part?
Don't pay man no attention.
I ain't gotta answer that, but I've been.
Oh, that's right, you did. I was with you. I forgot about that. I forgot about that. You sure did.
Woo!
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Get out my business.
You know what? It's good to travel. It is good to travel. All the people out there, if you can't travel, then you need to travel.
That's right.
It's good to get out there and
That's
do some stuff when you can. See what you can when you can, because before you know it, things go by so fast that you'll spend all your time. Why did he change my name again? Why I just noticed it? Why did he do this? Why I gotta put up with this?
Y'all can change mine back.
You know what? I got the remedy for that. I got the remedy. I know how we gonna solve this problem. I know just how we gonna solve this problem. We're gonna do something. Bam! There it is. Oh yeah.
You don't know who is who.
That's how we solve that problem right now. Hey,
we talking
what's
about
going on there, buddy?
Not that.
Man, I've been waiting backstage for 2 hours, man.
Are you serious?
Nah,
we ain't been on for 2 hours, Dr. Joe.
No, I mean, but he's exaggerating.
That man crazy, man.
What's going on, buddy? What's going on, man?
What's up, man? Trying to make some money, man.
Man, I thought about you. You tell what I thought about you. I seen an article today, and it was talking about Coach Deion Sanders, Coach Prime. And I know how you a big advocate of Coach Prime. What do you think about what he's doing right now in the transfer portal with the new recruits?
He's doing his thing, man. I'm waiting for nephew E to pay my $1,000.
I remember that.
When the game starts?
September is the first game.
September.
Let's go.
What they doing? Summer game though.
Yeah, he already done sold out the spring game, and now he getting all these top prospect recruits, all new players pretty much on the team. People starting to say, okay, they might be good this year. They might be all right. Now people starting to change their mind about them.
Yeah, they might
turn the program around.
A lot of the players that left, that entered the transfer portal, they mad because he not giving them their film. I'm like, who get film of practice? I mean,
he like they don't practice. He like we in practice. I can't send that.
Yeah,
What, you want me to send the film our playbook? New plays we running? That what you want me to do? Y'all Y'all played
Data
y'all
driven.
y'all spring game was a nationally syndicated ESPN game. Ain't enough footage on that for y'all to share the footage.
That's right, Daniel. Everything
right.
is data driven in dollars.
Right. The next video, last one on that's on the bottom. Bueno, we talked about a lot of talking. We were doing a lot of talking about education tonight and students, and this is something that we found out.
All right, here go the last clip
And
for the
this week
last
is
link at the
National
bottom.
What is it? Okay, they have something called Naked Education. What is that? It's a body positivity show called Naked Education. It's
Whoa!
Mhm.
Wow!
It is aimed to promote body positivity
Man.
across the United Kingdom.
On
It
English?
places this
But
show, yes, this show places nude adults in front of teenagers.
Are you serious?
so there's a video. I don't know if you guys have it, where it shows that adults getting naked in front of the children, the
No,
teenage.
I don't watch those kind of videos, Dr. Joe. I don't condone that.
I mean, they
It's
don't
the
show like
sponsor right there, Wayno, that says it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, number 4.
but
Number
this is
4,
concerning.
On the list in the chat
1, 2, the fourth one that you posted. Okay.
says YouTube. It's after the second after your list. The last two, ZS.
Loading it right now, Tula.
Awesome. Thank you.
Later, you realize it's actually pretty normal. What's actually really normal is well, it's not just male and female. There's an entire spectrum of genders besides male and female, says this Google post. How did you feel after you had surgery? Do you know the word euphoric? No, she doesn't. Euphoric means extremely happy. Put a pause there. This, to me, is the most disturbing part of the video. The whole thing's disturbing. These kids are so little. These people are so naked. They're talking about sex. Reminds me of that meme from Orrin McIntyre, which I was somewhat skeptical of, but every day it seems truer and truer. It's a meme of a guy pointing to a sign and says, it's not that complicated. We just want to diddle kids. These are adult people stripping naked, talking about sex and sexual euphoria to 10-year-old kids, boys and girls, on TV. They're not hiding this. This is not in some seedy alley. They're putting it all out there. They're not hiding the gay porn for the little kids. They're putting it right there in the elementary school library. They're campaigning on it. And then this woman says, do you know the word euphoria? The little kids say, no, I don't know what euphoria is. Says, I woke up and I knew my breasts were gone, that I looked like I had always wanted it to look, and I was euphoric. I was ecstatic. I felt the best and happiest I could ever feel. Do you want to feel that way, kids? That's obviously the implication. Kids are always chasing some kind of high, some kind of short-term feeling of excitement. That's why they run and eat the candy bars and eat too many cookies in the cookie jar and go crazy. They're kids. They don't have control over their rational will. And this woman, I guess, it's a woman, I think, or a man, I don't know, says, I guess it's a woman because she had her breasts removed. She says, oh, yeah, it's so euphoric. Just planting that seed. Let me know if you want to chop them off. Keep going.
Geen borsten meer had, dat het plat was, dat het was zoals ik altijd heb gewild, zoals ik me van binnen voel.
It finally matched the way that I feel inside, and that made me feel ecstatic.
Dat je vliegt.
Because it feels a bit like flying. Yes. You simply feel intense happiness.
That's crazy. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Our kids, mentally, our kids are getting destroyed. Like I'm gonna talk as not a doctor, not a psychologist or a therapist. But my opinion, our kids' mentality, because I want to take it away from my career, but our kids' mentality and our brain and their brain are getting destroyed rather than fixed. It's like we're allowing these kids to discover so that they can feel happy, and if they're happy, they feel better. And that's what we're teaching our kids. If you do what you want to do, you'll be happy, you'll feel better. That's what the world is about now. And I feel like we're destroying our kids because we're not showing them reality. Reality is that it's not about happiness, it's about what's right. But this is insane. It's just ridiculous. Concerning.
That's a society. They more or less hurt us into personality. They hurt us into phases. Like now we're in the killing phase again of the kids in the schools and shooting out, taking the public. Homosexuality rate phases that they run the generation for them. Now we're still in an epidemic, pandemic, epidemic and a pandemic with COVID. But they won't admit it. They want people to feel like things are okay and things aren't okay. You had a food shortage, you had droughts, you had floods, you had earthquakes. We just had one just hit over in Tonga, 7.6 erupted over there. So it's like it's so much going on, and they're not telling people. They're not, and this is the kind of foolishness that we educate our kids. That they're trying to hurt them into a different direction.
Yes.
If you raise a whole seed of kids, and they never know morality, nature, how it, dictates, determines, and not to fight against it, but to kind of coexist with it. This is where we at.
Mm-hmm.
This is where we're at.
And now you mentioned the pandemic, Tony, and now I'm going to speak about within my career. One of the biggest trainings that we did have was dealing with the mental illness of adults and children after the pandemic. But I feel like during that pandemic, we had our children in a closed place. We filled up this social media with negative, brainwashed our kids, and now our kids are coming out with mental illnesses worse than ever in history. And it's because I feel like while they were at home, they were doing very little. I was one of the ones teaching virtually. They were not doing any work. It was really difficult to get them to focus. And on top of that, when they were doing TikTok, that's when it came out. All this social media came out while the pandemic was happening. So our kids came out that suicidal. They want to shoot. They want to fight, angry. And people are wondering why, but it's because a lot of these things were brainwashing our kids while we were during the pandemic. So,
what you think, Boston?
Man, listen, man. Michael Jordan cursed this society, man.
Said who did?
It's Michael Jordan's fault. He said F them
Man,
kids.
stop it. Man, so all he did was he just listen. He
LeBron
just
James trying to resurrect. Until y'all keep LeBron James out your mouth, the world going
Wow.
He in my mouth. I knew he was gonna do that game. I knew he gonna do that.
Hey, what is your prediction? What's your prediction?
He hit a. My prediction. It's that fact, man. Listen, the Warriors can still beat.
I got the Heat.
This is what I
got
say
the
about
Heat and
both
Lakers.
I'm not a fan. I listen. The Heat look good. Jimmy Butler really looks really, really good. He playing like what a superstar does. Steph Curry is not playing like a superstar. I mean, I'm just being honest. Neither one of them. I mean, but for these guys to be named in the top 10 greatest all players, this man hadn't had a 30-point game yet. In 5 games, LeBron has not hit 30 points. I think Steph did it once.
LeBron is the all-time point leader.
They're great.
Add
them 30.
What you mean that don't matter? The man is the all-time leader, the highest scorer all time.
Dwayne, that doesn't
mean
longer. In the eyes.
He played longer.
They like that, man. They hating on him like that.
Dwayne, let's do that. Dwayne, let's do that. Dwayne, if you and I run a race and you stop and I keep running, you ain't gonna believe it. I'm gonna go further than you because I kept running longer than you. This man has played longer than Mike. Look how many years it took Mike. Look how many years it took. LeBron James had been playing since he was in high school. The man 40-something. The man about to be 49 years old.
That's the
man been shooting. Listen, Kareem did the points in 14 years. All these people you talking about he outscored. Look at how many more years he played than them.
That's true.
I'm still not saying he's not a great player. Everybody say he's not a great player. That's just you cannot like a person, but let's just be honest. He's definitely one of the greats. But in the top 10, never.
Let's be fair. If you want to do that now, then we got to give honor what honors due. Let's pick somebody like Muggsy Bogues, who only played for like 2 years. Hey, because Michael Jordan, the only reason Michael Jordan can score more points than him because he played longer. That's the only reason he scored more than them. You know what I mean? Hey, he stopped before Michael Jordan did. How far we want to take this?
Who you talking
about?
About?
Ain't that right, Bossy? Is that what we gonna do now?
Man, I don't want to discuss this no more, man.
Hey, what about Wally Thomas? Wally Thomas only played 1 game in the NBA. Now, if you'd have kept playing, he'd have outdid Jordan. See? Talk to me, Tula.
That made no sense.
Talk to me, Dr. Joe.
This man.
That's some good watermelon.
Gotta
be. Hey, that's some good watermelon. Shoot, you might well put me at the game. I was gonna be in the NBA, but I had to stop before Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan just played more games than I did.
In your mind, it makes sense.
Oh man.
So you
man.
look at that. Somebody want to know do salt belong on watermelon?
Absolutely. But I stopped putting on mine just because of the health concerns, keep my heart and blood pressure and all that stuff down. But absolutely, it does make a watermelon taste better.
That thing to be to eat, boy. I used to put that salt in that watermelon. You just glaze that thing. Listen, man, you can bear in the country. You know what? In the country, we never ate cold water. Watermelon was always ate then. You cut it outside. When I learned about cold watermelon, that changed the game. But you know you from out. Nobody have time. You cut watermelon, you eat that then. Man, we get that thing and you cut it. I'm talking we get out the field, not go buy it off a truck. You go out the field and get it.
Right.
Man, you ain't had you pull the strap out the field. You get that watermelon, get that thing. So that was not right. Look at that cut. Listen, bust that thing, man. You bust that watermelon, eat that watermelon. You gonna have to go take a dump now later. That watermelon, listen, ain't gonna just make you pee. That thing make you sit down. You gotta take a seat with you watermelon. That's some good stuff, though.
Don't keep talking about it.
I got something in the refrigerator. Our refrigerator been covered up. Our kitchen is down. We can't get in the kitchen, so it's like I'm hurt bad. I told House I'm going through that plastic though. I gotta get that watermelon.
Yes, sir.
That watermelon.
What happened to the refrigerator? Y'all faster?
No. She got all her cabinets being redone, so that just done shut the kitchen down. So
well, listen, boy,
that's
the life of a rich and famous. I
still like the meeting.
Model kitchen. Nah.
That's not no.
Hey, you remodel them kitchen, huh? That's gonna look nice, Tula. Them
no,
cabinets.
I said I did not. Not. Not.
That's not what I just heard.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Like that. That's contrary to what we just heard.
Lack of love, drill music, TikTok, had these kids walking around like zombies.
They really do. They really do. I don't understand why. You can see it's not just at school. It's just period. Even when you're around it, it's like, hello, what's wrong with y'all?
They trying to ban it, but a lot of people they trying to ban TikTok.
They trying to ban.
They are like.
What's a light sprinkle?
They are.
Light sprinkle.
Jumping on what we talk about.
Dang, that's so bad.
All right.
Lack of love.
Wayne, no, Wayne. I
can't hear what you said, Tula. You mind repeating that?
It's in the chat.
One of my eyes. Listen, man, if you're getting old out there, take care of yourself. Take care and appreciate your help. Your help. Because I tell you what, man, it's moment by moment. My vision now, I'm like, oh my God. I can still see out and go.
That's very true.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Another nasty story of a trans incident in the United States of America. Apparently, this school is called Martin Luther King High School in California, where a trans woman, who in this video is a big dude, was recorded beating up actual girls on video, guys. It's a very nasty stuff. These trans issues in America, it's going to lead up to a big climax, guys. I foresee a war, a trans war, yes, between trans women and biological women. It is coming. It is coming full steam ahead, okay? In this nasty video you're about to see, you're going to see this big dude who calls himself a woman. America, look, man, America, y'all need to act right, okay? Fix these trans people.
Man, shut up and watch your mouth, man.
Without indulging their delusions. Stop it. Oh my god, guys. Okay, so here is the video. Very, very scary, guys. Very scary for women. Okay, here is the video. We'll come back at the end.
A female student and another student who was born male and identifies himself as a transgender female. Now, it turns out, according to Riverside Police, both have fought before. Video shows another altercation between the two, and many people have taken to social media, specifically parents, to voice their concerns. Some of them saying that the transgender student is much larger than the other student. Now, that fight was eventually broken up by school staff.
Two students arguing at Martin Luther King High School. It's unclear who started the fight, but the tall student is said to be trans. There's pushing and shoving, and eventually another student jumps in and fists fly.
Trans woman. Oh, God.
Parents and students say the tall student identifies as trans, and that gave the student access to the locker room and bathrooms designated for females.
Yeah, she is homeschooled.
This parent didn't want to be identified, but says she's pulled her daughter out of school for her safety.
The fights that are unacceptable, the things that she does encounter, other students have encountered, walking in the bathrooms, PE, just the acceptance is fine.
Fine, she says, but claims the school is doing too much to accommodate a couple of trans students. She's complained, but got no satisfaction.
Everything was on the hush-hush.
Oh, they didn't want to talk to you.
They didn't want to talk to us about it.
Students say fights are an every week occurrence, but the last two fights involved this one trans student, adding fuel to the fire, rumors of the trans student's behavior.
And then he's also in the girls' locker room using girls' restrooms.
I like this guy. This guy said he, and he got it right, guys. This is a he we're dealing with.
He spit on my friends, girls, females, and he shows his genitals in the locker room.
This is another mother who wanted to stay anonymous. She has a female sophomore student and believes the trans student presents as masculine, and that should be enough to keep them away from the teen girls. But she tries to understand the trans student's struggles.
They're obviously acting out because they obviously mentally or probably just have a lot of emotion. They have a lot of feeling going on, and they probably don't know how to handle what's going on and how they're being treated.
But the mom also says this is not an acceptable way to handle their feelings. Riverside Unified School District released a statement that the trans student at the center of those fights will no longer attend Martin Luther King High School. But I talked to a couple of parents. I'm not sure that is enough to satisfy them. Reporting live in Riverside, Susan Hirosuna, Fox 11 News.
There you have it, guys. There you have it. Very nasty stuff. Very, very nasty. Look at how that big man was beating up those girls. This guy, what we're seeing right here, is a microcosm of what is about to happen in society. A few days ago, I made a story about a trans.
So I'm thinking that's pretty much the end of it. Wow, that's crazy, right?
Say, man.
Wow. That, man.
Welcome, nephew.
That's physical.
Hold on, guys.
How y'all doing? What's going on? How y'all doing?
What's going on?
I ain't too much.
What's going on, buddy?
Man, you better wake up, man. Stop looking so sad, man. I don't want to hear that jump. I want my money.
Yeah.
I don't get my money. Somebody gonna die. Straight like
that. Hey, man.
Hey, man, hold on. Time out.
Go ahead.
Let's keep it real. Who was the aggressor in that situation?
Look like the other little girl.
So I want a small one.
keep your behind at them men's faces,
Yeah,
man.
I'm looking at that. Yeah, you can't. Don't go run up on me. See, that's the
We
thing
don't know
about
the
him.
whole story though. We do not know
But
the
the
whole
thing
story.
was, let me tell you this, you saw her run up on her. The sister was standing still. She ran up on her arm back because sometimes this what a women will do something. Don't run your mouth to no man, then start hollering, I'm no woman, you get knocked out. Be a woman.
Exactly. Facts.
Right.
You sound
Right.
cold. I tell you, don't let me. If it's a man, let me handle him. I'm gonna be the
That's
best
right.
person for another man. Cause me and him either we gonna go all the way 100, or we gonna come down and we'll say it's mutual. We gonna walk away.
Right.
You get involved, you don't want to go too far, and I'm gonna have to
Right.
kill a man. I want to have to kill if I could have just dealt with him myself and never lied. She with me.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Gonna freeze all that noise down. But you know, a woman will go,
right.
hey, and these guys out here look at me, I'll beat you down. Now you beat down her. Now you go holler, you a punk. You a punk.
Right.
You a sister. Now you can get some more. If he was
Right.
a punk and a sister, you should have been talking to him in the first place. Keep your mouth
That's
shut.
right.
Yeah, don't tell me
Right.
talking no man. Let me handle that. A man better, a better argument partner for a man is another man.
That's right.
Facts.
That's right.
I see Confederate done popped in on us too. How we doing?
Hey, everybody.
Oh, his mic working and everything tonight. Come on with it, right? How you feeling?
Rob, can I have 30 seconds real quick?
Go ahead.
All right, to the honorable Tony Smith, Miss
Appreciate
Tooley, the Love Doctor, Nephew E, the Wolf, Shell Bostic, that's with 2 S's, and to the one and only, last but not least, our resident Joe, who I know is Dr. Joe. This is your Confederate State 48 saying, hit that like button, hit that subscription, hit that share, and hit the cash out.
That's what I'm talking about. Come to hit it. What's going on?
Not much. It's good to be here tonight. Glad to see y'all. I want to chime in on that that little video that I just caught a little glimpse of.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask Love Doctor if he would pull this up on some hate speech, and I want to see if I can get y'all comments on it. It's Mr. Rogers, a boy is a boy.
All right. Give me 1 second while I pull that up for you, buddy.
Yeah, I seen that.
Oh, okay.
What you think about that, Cheryl Boston? That's hate speech.
They need to bring that back on TV.
But it's hate speech now, though.
Yeah, that'll be hate speech. Yeah, I got that screen recorded.
Some are fancy on the inside, yes sir. Everybody's fancy, everybody's fine. Your body's fancy, and so is mine. Boys are boys from the beginning.
That's right.
If you were born a boy, you stay a boy. Girls are girls right from the start. If you were born a girl, you stay a girl and grow up to be a lady. Everybody's fancy, everybody's fine. Your body's fancy, and so is mine. Only girls can be the mommies. Only boys can be the daddies. Yes,
Boy, that I'm talking about. Sing it!
Everybody's fancy. Everybody's fine. Your body's fancy, and so
is mine.
Oh,
man, that
wow.
Yeah.
Off the charts right there. I love it.
That's right.
I love it.
I
love it. Oh my goodness, I love it.
Beautiful, man. That is beautiful.
I thought I would mention that today by this month being abomination month.
What is that? What they call it? This trans month?
Yes, sir, it is.
I didn't know that. No, I didn't know that. They picking up stuff. We don't. They got, cause you know why? They got too much stuff. We got pink. Got a pink month. The Black History Month. It been lost. I mean, by the time you realize it was gone.
It was over.
Man,
I love that video, man. I love that.
Man, I love that. That really did my heart good. He said, "You were born a boy, you'll stay a boy."
Yeah, boy. That's right.
I love it.
But you know, that's hate speech.
But I didn't know it was LGBTQ month. I didn't know it was because it's mental health month.
LGBTQ.
Today actually began it. It's the day of LGBTQ month.
Yeah, they forgive me. I ain't celebrating it.
Yeah,
I don't want them demonstrating.
Wow.
That's right.
You know, I just, you know, when I caught that glimpse of the video that you guys just aired, I figured, you know, what do you say about, you know, what was back when we grew up with, you know,
Yeah,
Mr. Rogers
I grew up
and
Mr. Rogers.
and what's
That's right.
what's being displayed today, you know. And like Brittany was saying in the comment section that parents need to pay more close attention to their kids.
Right.
You know, and that's so true, you know. See that shit, there it is again, you know. We can't get so distracted that we neglect our children. You know what I mean? And
Right.
I'm glad for this platform, you know, Two Minds and a Mic with the great panel and all the comments and all the content you all provide, you know.
Appreciate
for
you.
everyone.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. Also, too, if you haven't heard, copy of Wound Management.
Yeah.
Selling her Too Many Shoes. Also, to Barra Products. And do not forget to watch the documentary Unsung with the winning team. You know, check that out. You know,
man, they did, man. They did. Y'all saw that. They listen. They
I
appreciate it. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You tell. I hear them tell.
I appreciate it, man.
Listen, we appreciate. I said, if you purchase a vehicle in the Atlanta area, make sure you make the right choice.
We appreciate it.
Oh, look at him.
That's right,
I got
man.
it. Look at him. Hey, he dropping dimes. Look at that. Oh, my goodness.
Where's the wrong choice?
Hey, I think he right around here in the metro area the way he dropping them dimes. Go ahead. Woo!
Man, no. I want to ask y'all a question. Where's Ansley Park at?
It's over there, by Pete, not far from
what is on about Piedmont Park?
Yeah, because Raw say back in the day, Piedmont didn't have no gay people.
No, we didn't have no.
See,
no.
I'm just,
Let me
you
tell
know,
you
I'm
something.
just doing my
Ansley Park is literally right next door to Piedmont Park.
relatives in Georgia, you know.
Listen,
That's right. Get it. Tear it down, man.
We didn't have. Listen, we didn't have. We had two sisters. One of them fell off a truck coming from California. The other one, he had never slept. Listen, he had never slept with no men. It had been all women. So there's still been one of them. We said we came there.
Wow.
So, you gotta love it.
Yeah, they try to say winked at a man, but a mosquito hit him. A gnat got in his eye. So you know what I'm saying? It's hard to say, but other than that, now we got most sisters down here. Woo! You downtown and you go our restaurant downtown. You go there. You gotta listen. You gotta whatever you order a condom. So you gonna need it. Your server it's gonna be rare. You gonna get a server that ain't gay. I'm telling you,
that's cold.
It's scary.
That's cold, man.
When I was downtown, a friend of mine, we went on the underground. We were on the train, man. I was on the train on the MARTA, and man, I seen this big husky dude just kept looking at me, eyeballing me, you know, staring me up and down, looking at me. I thought he knew me from the streets or something, but that couldn't have been the case because I'm not from Atlanta. But come to find out, the man was sweet, and I was looking like, man, it's time for me to get up off this, go back to my hotel room before I wind up catching the case. You know, I was just like, man, I was like, you know, it's sad. You know, a man looking that masculine, you know, and looking at another man like that, man, that's true. That's just rude, flat out disrespect, you know. That's bad business. You know,
let me tell you something. They did it in the days of loot. Y'all know that. I'm telling you, listen, I tell people say, on side you tell people to listen. I'm telling everybody. That's for anybody, not just, you know. Just our people in general. For me, it's unfair. We live in a world where if you don't protect, you don't defend, you're going down. You pray. You either gonna be predator or prey with these people.
Yeah,
and they got to see you as a predator where they keep moving to navigate. And we live it like people. They don't talk about the news, but it is 100,000% true. You can look this up. Matter of fact, we got time.
Let's look it up. What's up? Talk to me.
About men being kidnapped and being raped. These transgender are raping men. They're kidnapped. Washington, D.C. had them. Atlanta had them. And they're saying that men are afraid to come out because a man ain't going to want to report that I was raped. You don't want the picture. You don't want the news. So these groups are getting away with this. Because we're not talking. These guys are kidnapping us. Already you got to feel how horrific it got to be for a woman, but you got a vagina. A man don't have a vagina. Yeah, you talking about somebody raping you, men?
Right.
I think the victim was dropping off an order at a hotel in Tampa when this all started. Fox 13's Kelly Cowan joining us to bring us up to speed on what happened and who they're looking for. Thank goodness she was still on the phone with her friend.
That's right. And thankfully, her family and friends were able to track her movements with her phone and show up to try to rescue her during the assault. And now police are looking for the man who took off on foot. But, you know, this could have ended up so much worse.
Man,
She
what
is
is he
expected to be
doing?
okay.
What
He
is he
was
doing?
able to
No, you
give
mean what
full
age he
description
hurt
of
her and he still been in the play.
Goodness.
Whoever this guy, he need to go to prison. But yeah, we talking about men.
Let's say 4 women kidnap a man and rape them.
No, we ain't talking about no women kidnapped.
Hold on,
no. We talking about
4 men kidnapped, raped by men.
Yeah, we talking about this group. I'm talking about, it should have been a new story about showing cities. It's been cities. This ain't been no one place.
Right.
These are groups snatching men up and using women as decoy.
That's right. Yeah.
I think in Atlanta, I remember a story. Somebody was telling me that this guy, he met the woman on social media. She came to his house and he let her in. He told he was going upstairs or something like that. And he went upstairs. When he came back down, she had let the guys in the house and they tied this guy up and raped him.
Yeah.
See that? I'm man. Whoa. You can't
because,
live.
You know,
there's one right there. The 16-year-old gang rape by 3 men.
Getting out.
That's not good.
I was looking for the story. We know this happened like individually like that, but it's a group of these people going around in vans, and it's happening in cities. They said this is getting prominent. Men are not reporting it.
Right.
Guys, I know it's embarrassing. I know it's humiliating. We can never let no man get away with that.
No,
we had to go to the great. We can't have nobody living among us as humans like that.
That's right.
Men can't. I mean, even kidnapping women, we shouldn't be having you living. But you
right.
kidnapping men to rape men is no reason for you to be living.
Yeah, they call them. I know they call them booty bandit, but there was another they call them thing under brothers on the down low.
They do call the homosexual. The down on the down low. They call the one that played both ways, got the women in missing. Like they say, I think somebody wrote the book. Eddie Murphy, naming all of them. I think they said Jamie Foxx was one.
The one they doing Diddy. They saying P Diddy. They putting them. They really putting them out there.
You know what? Educate me on something. I heard, and you let me know if it's true or not. But I heard that that's why Jamie Foxx end up almost losing his life is because of that. Is that true?
I don't know. They show saying you gotta watch it.
Hey, why the Smitty like
Smitty, why you looking like that, Smitty? I just asked a question.
That sounds like some bad news. No.
You don't like that, boy. You don't like that.
On the set, but all of a sudden now it got something to do with that. Y'all really?
Yeah.
You're right.
I think he had
you said, Rod, you told her you spoke to men about getting in shape. I'm telling you, man, listen, man, you gotta
get a gun.
You better
get you a gun.
Get you a
gun. That's the best fight.
That's the best fight right here.
You think I'm making that up to you, though? I wasn't making that up to you.
This your best fight right here. Get you one of these.
I'm trying to tell you.
Listen, look at this. Look at this, Toolie. Wendy Williams revealed that Jamie Foxx playing the leak. Diddy's gay photos.
Put on my draw.
Look, even Rick Ross talking about it. Look at that. They got Rick Ross talking about it.
What is that? Jamie's a snitch. Man, where that came from? That's something.
Rick Ross speaks on what went wrong between Wendy Williams. Jamie Foxx revealed what really happened at Diddy's gay parties.
Okay, what that say?
I'm sure it ain't real.
I'm saying it says the minute Jamie Foxx started speaking on it, that's when he came up.
What did they say?
His life threatening.
What did they say? That's what he said.
Why'd you bring it up if you're not gonna explain it?
Yeah.
What you mean? These are the videos. You see the videos.
That's
but
not
those be clickbait. What are they saying?
I think Jamie Foxx had a stroke at a movie set.
Stroke.
In a movie set. Yeah, it was at a movie
Man,
set.
you know, let me tell you something. If you know about it on the street that quote unquote P Diddy had something, don't you think the police know and they would have had the man in jail?
Yeah.
I don't believe it. People say stuff, the clickbait stuff to get stuff going. Little street people that don't know people do a lot of that talking. That man had a stroke. Ain't nobody, you know, man, that been on the news. They couldn't keep it out the news.
That's right.
David Fox is known. What are they saying about him right today? Him talking, he finally woke up.
Wait, I don't know what's going on with this now.
Look at that resting. He's not dead, man. People make stuff clickbait. That's how you get people to watch videos.
That's right.
That's
how you get likes.
Yeah, they just throw stuff up there, get people clicking. Once they click it, they got the view. So now the video get all them views, it'll keep popping up. Let me watch this. Oh, Rick said that. Oh, let me watch this. Wendy Williams said this. Oh, let me watch, and the stuff be clickbait.
Yeah. Nah, he had a stroke at a movie set, I think.
Yeah. What's the latest on him now? What is the story on that?
They say he's doing pretty good. His daughter said he's doing pretty good. I think he's still in the hospital though. Yeah, but his daughter said he's doing pretty good.
So Dwayne, pull up. What is the story with him? With Jamie? What is it saying? Put it up, Joe.
The latest story.
What's the story on? What story they had? How it happened?
Let me search and see if I can find what's the latest story with the latest update on how it happened.
What name is that? Right? What these folk got? Some rap. What's the name? Exhibit. Oh, that's a boy name, man.
Exhibit.
Who is he?
He a rapper from California. Nah, he all rap. He all head.
All right, new update. Here we go.
This morning, people are close to actor Jamie Foxx giving an update on his mysterious hospitalization. A source telling People magazine they were told the Ray star,
I might be blind, but I ain't stupid,
who is recovering in a hospital from an undisclosed medical emergency last month, is stable and not in a life-threatening situation now. That person also saying doctors are doing more tests and want to be completely sure that he will be okay before allowing him to be discharged, and that the Oscar winner has been advised to keep his stress level down once he leaves the hospital.
Sources do tell people that they want to make sure that he is perfectly stable when they do eventually release him, but unfortunately, we still don't know exactly when that will be.
This update coming just days after this message was posted on Fox's Instagram account saying, "Appreciate all the love, feeling blessed." Before being hospitalized, the 55-year-old was most recently seen filming in Atlanta with co-star Cameron Diaz on the set of Netflix's upcoming film Back in Action. The Fox insider telling People what happened to him medically is serious enough to keep him in the hospital, but adding the hospital is the last place Jamie wants to be, saying he has a lot of projects going on. He gets things done. He is focused and astute.
We've heard from some friends in his inner circle that he is recovering well, and they all do hope for the best, and they do think that he will come out of this sooner rather than later.
All right. Good.
If you say mysterious, though, that's probably why people took the story.
Mm-hmm.
So I really didn't think about it.
Yeah, they stay here in the Atlanta hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, but
in the best places.
They did say something about Diddy had performed, Busta Rhymes performed a fellatio on P. Diddy in a limousine to unfortunately, he had sexually assaulted what's the guy Busta Rhymes in a limousine back in the 90s, man. I mean, I was covering the story, not like I'm a reporter now, but I was following some behaviors of P. Diddy back in the 90s when he was with Bad Boy Records, and I believe Biggie's mom came out, the Bodyguard had came out, but they didn't confirm it. But I do know Usher mom did actually come out and say that, he did, assault Usher. When he was in the music industry,
Oh, who's saying that P. Diddy assaulted him?
Yeah, Usher mom said that Diddy done that to Usher when he took him under his wing.
I heard that ABC told BBD that OPP had HIV on BBD.
That's a good one. And you use acronyms, man. That's tight.
That's something back in the day.
He's scared himself.
That's something back in the day, though, man.
He's scared himself.
Yeah,
bubbers are better.
You did that with the turtleneck on?
No.
You see the turtleneck, baby. The turtleneck, baby.
Hey, you the one and only, man. You the only one can pull that one off. Goodness gracious. And the aviators on. The aviators, the turtleneck, and ran all acronyms. Wow.
There we go, buddy. Talent. The talent is here.
Hey, see if you can put on Usher mama saying that.
Oh, right
on.
You and Miss Tootie should be expecting a package tomorrow. It should arrive at you guys' doorstep tomorrow.
Man, I hope that's some of that sweet grapefruit.
I If I was you, I
I
wouldn't
want to try some of this sugar grapefruit now.
And who
You
said
better be
that?
good too.
They tight. They
That's
tight.
what I'm asking.
They tight. They
Hey,
really are.
hey, and y'all bring something. When I see y'all tomorrow, y'all need to have it in your hand.
All I got to do is
I
put
need
the
to
one
pass
with the
by and
stem
pick up the
in the
salt.
box.
That's
Because I
it.
talked to the postmaster, he said, you know, the packages get thrown around a lot, so
Yeah.
they may be a little bruised. But I had picked them myself. I just forgot to leave the stems on them. But this next batch, I'm gonna make sure the stems are definitely on them.
Fine. We'll see how they get to that.
I'll get it right.
That's a lot of money.
I'm gonna get it right. I'm determined to get it right, Miss Tooley.
We appreciate
That's
it.
a lot of money.
Nephew E, what's been going on, man?
Oh man, I'm just getting in. The weekend on that road back and forth.
Man, happy belated birthday.
Oh man, I appreciate you, man.
I missed you on the show.
Yeah, happy birthday, buddy.
That's
Happy
all right.
birthday, man.
Yeah, man. No problem, man. Appreciate you. I
Yeah,
appreciate
really.
you.
How old
I hope you do. Oh, 41.
Okay, that's all right.
41.
Come on
Yeah,
over.
41.
So
Yeah.
Nephew E. So
Mhm.
the saying is true. Black don't cry.
It don't at all. It don't. It don't at all. It stay straight all day. Yes, sir. It stay straight all day. Been out of pocket because I've been on that road.
Oh man, hold on, y'all.
And for the
He
record
dropped
too,
the
y'all.
whole watermelon in his pajamas.
Ah!
Yeah, drop
Hey, for the record, Nephew E. For the record, we gotta make this declaration. By no means, shape, fashion, or form, do not associate our with T Diddy. Do not associate him with no type of Diddy.
No, Diddy, no, none of that, man.
Now, I'm just jabbing at them on the song.
Yeah,
On the
I
documentary.
gotta go check it out. I gotta check it out.
Yeah, you gotta check that out.
How you
It's
put
hot.
it up? What?
Yeah, and then they went off. They tried to drop weight on Sweet Tea. I didn't like that.
No.
Right. I gotta check it out.
I didn't appreciate that.
How you look at it? How you watch it?
Forerunners.
How do you watch it? The documentary.
Go to Dropbox.
Dropbox. Okay.
Yeah, download Dropbox, and
Okay.
then you can get it. Either shoot, I ain't got your email in there because I could have shot the link to you or something. But go to Dropbox and look at it.
Okay. Okay. I
Yeah,
got
it's
you.
tight.
I got you.
Man,
Gotcha.
you
I'ma
get to get
check
up
it
and
out.
personal and you get to see William Simone, you get to see Breezy, man, you get to see Big Cookie, you get to see Big
Right.
Lee, Diamond
Oh,
Production,
man.
you get to see all that, man.
Everybody in there.
We trying to set Diamond Production down. We trying to set that whole organization down.
Yeah, you get to see
Everybody.
You get to see all of them, man. You get to see the whole squad, man.
Whole squad up. Everybody in the synagogue, man. Yeah.
Man. You get to see Love
That's
Doctor.
right.
But
Yeah.
you know, man, I'm telling
Yeah.
you, man. Oh, man.
Hey, what about Haywood? We can see Haywood.
We need to get him.
You know, they ain't gonna let him on.
No, we got to hear what. Hayward ain't been number trouble.
They ain't gonna let Art Hayward on. You know, they say Art Hayward a handful. He 2 handfuls.
Yeah, we trying to keep Hayward locked up around the house. We can't have Hayward.
Man, can't have Haywood rolling.
We trying to let Hayward come out in the public. We blindfold him and bring him to the synagogue. That way he don't know his way. We get rid of him. We never got to worry about showing back up.
Showing back up again, y'all.
We don't know.
What
We
about-
don't even know how to get there. We just all he know he pop up there to blindfold.
Right.
Man,
What about
let
Porky
me tell
Mike?
y'all something.
Porky Mike
That's
on
what I
there?
like about watermelon. You know, watermelon juice will
Man,
not
just
stain
give
the
it-
carpet. The
Just
watermelon
give
juice
back.
ain't really dye. It's just water.
We can't hear you, Confederate 48.
Yeah,
Yeah, Confederate. Yeah, we can't hear your mic went off.
You gotta get Porky Mike on there. Porky Mike just getting back in the action. Huh?
I can read his lips. He's saying that he thanked the Love Doctor and he enjoyed my challenge and he enjoyed my jokes. That's what he's saying. I can read his lips.
That's why his bite was gone if he said that, because that
Oh my
Julie, you
goodness.
yawning, girl? You tired, Julie? Was that a yawn?
I had to take something today.
Yeah. Yeah,
They ain't give it
congratulations on
to you.
that
It's
too.
called Elf.
Congratulations on that too, ain't Tula? That's a good dog. That's good.
Oh, yes.
Just earlier today, yeah, I heard what you. Yeah, that's real great. That's
Yes.
good.
Yes.
That's right. That's
Definitely
right.
appreciate it.
Oh, no problem at
And
all.
Big Cookie too, his diagnosis.
Big Cookie,
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah,
Shouts
that's
out to Big
good.
Cookie.
Yeah, that's good. No doubt. Shouts out.
A couple of years ago, he
Yeah,
was out in
man.
the hospital, man. Like I said, he was in there, what, about 3 hours in about 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Long time.
Long time.
Yeah,
That's
COVID. That
good.
was was it 2020, I believe.
Right.
Yeah, it was either 2020 or 2021.
Right.
I think it was 2020.
2020.
Yeah, it was 2020 because that's when COVID had hit.
Right.
I mean, it didn't.
Yeah,
I mean,
2020. Right.
I don't know.
No,
When,
2021. It was 2021 because he was looking at it in 2 years.
Right.
Oh,
It was something.
You know what? He right. It was
something I wanted to
2021
say.
because our 2020 was the actual name of a news show.
Right. Barbara Walters. Barbara Walters, man.
Yeah.
He didn't know that when news used to be news. Then you had to come straight forward back then.
Yeah.
They told you, huh?
Yeah.
Walter Concrete, Walter Concrete used to put niggas to sleep. 11 o'clock,
Yeah, right.
they let you know. And
Yeah.
this is the news.
This
Good night.
is the news. Good
You know, and then you cut the TV out. But you know what? We
Yeah.
slept long because at 11:30, listen, if you had to go to all you heard was, they had to cut it off.
Yeah.
It's that
Yeah.
TV not making that noise. The TV runs
wait,
continuously.
before you do that, we gotta do all that. The one, the GG. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right, do fine.
Ooh.
Yeah. TV was TV back then. I don't know what it is now.
Crazy. We got a segment. Creative or crazy. We're gonna show y'all something. You tell us if it's creative or crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Please stop on the beginning.
Oh man, you're sitting in a casket.
The girl went to the prom in a casket.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And she could have even came home.
And she
Come
was
on, man.
said that she was killing it. Creative,
Oh man.
creative or crazy. Which
Big
one?
kiss.
Her life. She need to get stopped while she young.
Yeah, of course.
Because you know how many of them kids get killed for prom though and wind up
Yeah.
dying. I think
That's
it's
right.
That's very that's
That's true.
Oh, now
That's
you
true.
look. Somebody look at okay. You came to the prom in a casket. I left in a casket.
That's right.
So I killed it.
That's right. That's right.
Oh yeah. So that most of them leave that. That's how they get killed. Prom night. Listen, every
Prom
year
night.
around the globe, always
Yeah.
some teenage kids wind up getting killed.
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, but that ain't crazy. That ain't crazy. That's sick.
Yeah.
What the parents said. Who let her do it? Who paid? I know
That's
they
what
paid for it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know the parents paid for it. Front of home let them do it. They should have stopped it.
We'll
And I
rent
ain't
a
never-
casket. The funeral home don't make
casket,
money.
man.
Like, man, we rent a
Yeah.
casket. We make the same money. But the
Yeah.
parents' brain should have been, man, no, you ain't doing it.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
I don't
I
have
took
no
and put it
life.
right. I took and put it right in the dirt. So you gonna lay there for a minute too.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I put like we're gonna put you in the dirt so you can lay there for a
Yeah.
minute. Because
Yeah,
that's what
like-
caskets go in the first place.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah, these kids sick, man. It's the parents though. The parents retard. You know, to allow that
Yes.
to happen or to go on
I
like
think-
that. To go because you got to go in and sign waivers to get stuff like that done, don't you?
Huh?
Go to a friend of home and pull. Huh?
I could almost guarantee you that the parents already paid this. Almost guarantee you.
Yeah. Yeah, the parents went there with
parents
that
do
stuff was stupid behind. That's dumb. Casket, man. That's an insult to people like you said that lost their life. I know two people that lost their life during prom night and they come home. Once it's gone, that's it.
I'm talking
That's
about
sad.
that would been part of the time.
Right.
Every time you look at that casket, think about it. Every year somebody get killed. I didn't get my behind conscience. That could be me, after I leave the prom. Yeah,
That's right.
I don't know, man. I don't know why they thought that was okay, but the more I could have served to get it, it would have been really hurt for them. Would have been destroyed. I'm glad it did. Just say she
Right.
got killed that night, and she wound
That's
up.
right.
catch. When you look at a joke, whatever you thought you were playing or demonstrating, your kid wound up being in that casket. You watch your kid get alive. You watch your kid not dead. You know what I'm saying? It's just stuff. But again, you know, you're looking as a parent, okay, it's something funny, something different. You don't really think of the risk of things. You know, everybody think of risk and consequence of things. What imagery are we putting our kids' mind? What are we telling them it's okay to sell and do? What are we telling them? No, like my dad, well, he was down there. No. That's it. No. No. I said, I'll never get no. I breathe. No. I mean,
That's right.
He know you asking, you don't need to do it. He know if you asking, no.
That's right.
Yeah, he already know you asking, no.
That's right. That's right. But you know the bad thing about it is, you know, we were talking the other day, the men don't put a stop to nothing no more.
No.
You know, it's just a fly by, let everything go, let everything roll. But back then, like I said about your father, most men, the women went to the men with that stuff and they made the decision on stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, it wasn't no you sit and talk to the mama, talk to the kids or the auntie or whoever you've been raised by. You know, when the children go talk to the mother take it to the father, and the father makes that decision on anything that went on. Stuff like that ain't like that no more. You know what I mean?
No.
And that's the problem. You know, there's no order. And I mean I ain't never heard no shit like that before. Somebody go lay in the cats and go to prom. Man, come on, man. You don't waste people's time.
Shape, man.
You don't waste people's time like that. You waste the front of home time like that. That don't make no sense, man. I took her straight to the grave though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I took her right to the graveyard. When she'd got up when they'd open up that lid, she'd have been looking at that graveyard. Look here. Yeah. At night.
You gotta close it. Gotta close it.
I'd have took her at night. I would wait till the sun fell and open that lid up and let her see that grave. Where you would go? Well, I'm going to the grave. You ain't going to no prom. You go to prom in the car. You go to the prom in a limo. This a hearse. We take you to the grave. Man, look here. That girl probably would have had a plum fit, but these people stupid, man. It's stupid. They out there taking pictures. Stupid. It's like you say, some people write their own death wish. You know, because they play with it, they flirt with it. They think it's a joke till it happens.
Yeah.
But we was taught not to play with stuff back in the day. There's a lot of things you taught not to play with. You know what I mean? Don't play with it.
Right.
People had sense. Don't play with it. You know what I mean? It's just dumb. It's the parents though. You know, I see it. It's the parents. It's the dumb ass parents. We ain't got to. Yep. But Doc. That man.
Appreciate you, big man. I appreciate the shout out. Good to see you, nephew E.
Nah, man, always, man. I was gonna comment on that. I saw the show last week. That old girl. What's her name? That was talking about that she wanted a bus driver, own a bus driver, whatever.
Oh yeah. Talk to me about that, man.
I put it like this. I think a lot of people make a lot of excuses when they don't want to do the right thing. You know, a lot of women, especially these days and times, they use money as a cop out when they don't want to be right and they don't want to jump into something that's right. I understand, you want what you want. And my granny used to say out a long time ago, if you want a rich man, go get him. You want a wealthy man or whatever you want. Why don't you go get what you want? That way you don't have to worry about downgrading nobody else. But I think a lot of people, a lot of women, so to speak, use financial gain as an excuse not to do the right thing. You understand what I'm saying? So they're saying like this here. If a guy, say for instance, a guy had a job or whatever, he was a great person, and she was dating him, and he said, hey, I want to get married, and let's go be a family, and let's get, the first thing they'll say, well, I don't know, because we ain't got everything, and we don't do this here. But a lot of people out of all the people that she probably done dated, how many of them owned anything? If you tell her to backtrack her life. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just to the point that people want to use financial gain as an excuse not to be right. You understand what I'm saying? They'll wait all the way down to about 60 years old. I want to get married now. But look how long you waiting. You understand what I'm saying? Don't nobody want to marry your rust ass at no 60 years old. Why people can't get married? Why can't nobody get married when they're young and when they're in their prime? You understand what I'm saying? I just think people take a lot of time. I'm not saying rush into it. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just saying, look at the unrealistic standards that they put themselves in to say, hey, man, I want somebody that got this and got that. Man, look here. Just live life. You understand what I'm saying? And I ain't saying go get anybody, nobody that's living on the street or ain't got nothing. No, I'm not saying that at all. But I think a lot of people use financial gain as an excuse, to not do the right thing. You understand what I'm saying?
What about what's wrong with that though? What's wrong if a woman wants to?
No, I didn't say nothing was wrong with it. You know what I mean? Like I said, you get what you want. You see what I'm saying? I have no problem with that. You know what I mean? But I know a lot of women, through prior conversation, they use that to, stop from getting, to, like you say, marriage. You got a relationship, you got marriage. People are dating for 20 years. You understand what I'm saying? And why hold somebody that long? You feel what I'm saying? For a date, for you to make up your mind, just say, hey, I don't have this, I don't have this. You ain't got it now. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, that's just my opinion. But I think a lot of women use that about, because they don't want to get married. And because marriage comes with rules, it comes with everything else, you know what I mean? And that's what they try to get out of. You understand what I'm saying? But I don't have no problem with nobody gonna go get it. Like I say, Kevin, tell me this. Is it right or wrong to take a regular man and try to turn him into a rich man?
Okay, right or wrong.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, this is what I'm saying. If you looking for a wealthy and rich man, ain't it places where rich and wealthy man be? Rather than sitting in a regular place with a regular man trying to turn them into a wealthy man. Some people are content being what they got with what they got. You understand what I'm saying? But I feel like if you're looking for your specific kind of man, then you need to go where those people at. Because it's wealthy and rich man, and these people, they hang out in places. Like you say, it's you got strip clubs, you got all these gay bars and stuff like that. The gay people, go where the gay people at. Why are you sitting in a regular environment trying to turn regular people homosexual or want people to be homosexual? They got places where that stuff go where they at. And I was just saying that to her as a woman, because she said, well, a lot of people, got mad at her for saying that if he owned a bus. Yeah, I mean, everybody don't own everything. You know what I mean? But at the same time, if you want somebody like that, then there's somebody out there like that, then go get them. But I think a lot of women use financial gain as a way to get out of want to get married. That's what I think. I think men too. There's a lot of men do the same. They procrastinate.
Yep.
And getting married at a later age, I think that's stupid. I think if you pass 60 years old or 55, man, come on. I think marriage should be done early. I don't want no rush. Nobody want no rusty woman. No, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, the woman gonna rust out for the man.
Yeah. Well, because she got more body parts, a breaststand. Everybody want that shit, man. Come on now. Oh, man. We gotta teach our children to start learning how to be this way early.
You're right.
That way they can raise their kids early, be a family early. Too many people waiting too late to try to be on that level. You understand what I'm saying? Back in the day, we had parents and our grandparents, they got married early. They got to teach how to be together early. So if you don't do that, it's gonna waste a lot of time. But who want to rust ass man and woman, man? You on your way to the old folk home, you want to get married? I don't know. No, hell no. I gotta carry you around. You sleep all day and want to get married? No, come on.
I remember that guy. He was we used to drive trucks then. I thought I was in my 20s.
Right.
Yeah, he was in that fit. I went out his truck one day to get into moving. This girl, I told her daughter, I said, where your dad? I need to move this truck. She said, what? I said, where your dad? I need to move this truck. She said, my dad. She said, that's my blanket old man. I said, oh, shit. Listen, she was younger. She about 19. I'm thinking, he's 50-something. I'm thinking this is, this is daughter. Wow. So she said, she was like, what you sound like? Where your dad is, he need to move this truck. I got to move. Yeah. So I told he said, listen, man. He said, man, listen, man. He said, man, he was like 52, 54. He like his wife was like 52 or 50. He said, man, It was like 100. It was like 106 or 108 years. He said, "Man, we got 108 years in that bed." He said, "Nah." He said, "Too old. He said, got to go." He said, "Why he got rid of it?" He said, "It was too much age in that bed."
It was.
You figuring that he was? Now I was in my 20s. I'm in my 50s. So that means he got to be like he's still living. He got to be pushing 80. 200. He got to be up there. So I'm sure. I know that girl been gone. She don't want no worm.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? You get you somebody you can grow old with. You know,
That's
you
right.
got each other back. That's important.
That's
you know,
right.
you want through life. You know what I'm saying? You go throw yourself on somebody you got difficult. It's hard. You know what I'm
That's right.
saying? Don't nobody want to pick up no baggage. You gotta give yourself away with somebody say, I got some years in here. I had the good years with you, so I can roll with something going on.
Right.
I ain't picking you up like that. I ain't gonna pick
Nah.
that. No. Go pick up. I gotta bring a chisel and a hammer and get you out the muck and mire. No.
I gotta wake you up all day. Hey, wake up. No, man. Wake up. Wait, oh, I gotta check your pulse. Man, you not here. No, man.
Lay the mirror on her head. Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
They don't want to scare the other one. They don't want to scare the other one. They still there, leave the mirror. Just put a mirror right by their nose. They say, okay, get up. That's right. You don't want to go.
Man.
Think about it. Really.
Yeah.
You get so old, man, you go to sleep.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Your body can't function that far, that long for that time no more. When you get older, yeah, man, you take a nap every 5 minutes. Who want to be? Who want to be with somebody like that?
Every time you wake up and think it's another day, you can't do that.
Another day.
Yeah, you can't do that.
That's right.
You got
I mean, how can the sex even be enjoyable when you old? You know what I mean? I'm not talking about people that's been together their whole life. I'm talking about people just get together. How you look like giving somebody 60 years old, little doctor? What you gonna do with a 60-year-old, little doctor?
What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
What you gonna do, little doctor, with a 60-year-old?
Same thing he gonna do with a 25-year-old, nothing.
It's all right.
Come on. She ain't gonna, little doctor, she ain't gonna eat all her watermelon. You get a 60-year-old, man. That watermelon, she ain't gonna eat it all.
Listen, when he had to chew a watermelon to put it in her mouth, that's when he knows it's good. You don't want no more. You gotta chew a watermelon to put in her mouth. You're like, no. We can't start here. There's somewhere we gotta be over time.
Everybody make sure that y'all hit the Cash App. I don't want nobody laughing at these jokes if they ain't putting nothing in the Cash App. Tuna, get that Cash App. Make sure that they put money in that Cash App, Tuna.
So you gotta pay to laugh, huh?
Nah, I'm trying to tell you, listen, man. I told before, man, you get at a certain period of age, you know, old people shouldn't be having sex, because really, like I told them, because it's gonna be hard to stay in reality, because you're gonna be so much gray area down there. You got that much gray area, it's gonna be hard to stay in reality. It is gonna be hard, man. You're gonna be missing. You be like, why you can't get on this side? Why you can't stay out? Like, man, you don't know. There's a lot of gray area.
It's gone.
That gray area, you had to mess up, man.
Yeah, I understand her though. You know that's what she want. That's what she want. But a lot of people waste time procrastinating on life. You know what I mean, on stuff like that. And I like you said, she done dated them all. So I'm trying to understand what seemed to be the problem. You done dated everybody. So
sometimes what it be is them. They just don't know how to admit that. You can't run. A lot of people just to the bad people. That's all a lot of times you're inheriting to do, because a lot of people need to find bad people to justify themselves that nobody.
That's right.
That's right. Ain't no good one. You know, if you're a good person, how you think you're the only person? That's how you think you're the only person on the planet. You know, the whole world is riding, corrupted, retarded, idiots except for you. Does that make sense? The whole world. There's a large majority of people with a different thinking process.
That's right. That's true.
You know, no. I mean, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? If people out here talking about what you want, you can set the standard, you know, well, it's not even practical.
Right. That's right.
A lot of people set standards just so they can never get them met. They can say, I have standards. I refuse to go. But you don't have anybody. So how practical are your standards?
That's true. That's true.
You tell me nobody in the world can meet your standards.
That's right. That's right. Nobody.
It's not. You gotta be practical with people, you know. Well, go ahead.
And like I say, out of all those guys, all of them was wrong.
I said you do have to realize that you are the problem. Like, you know, you have to be the problem.
That's true. That's right. You guys, she the problem. That's what it was. She just couldn't say it because so many use that excuse. So many of them use that excuse. You know what I mean? This and that. And finance is always one of the major excuses that they use. A man ain't got enough. What is enough? You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, but it was basically her, and she didn't want to say that. She didn't want to admit it. But out of all those guys you dated, all them guys was wrong. Nobody wasn't right.
Oh.
So out of 10 men, how many of them wasn't right? I don't get that.
Well, again, with me, I tell you, when I heard her, I didn't pay her a whole lot of attention myself, honestly.
Right.
Talking about the young lady last week, because for me, when I looked at with her, I looked at it as, that's where you at. That's where you're looking for. And you deservedly be by yourself. And I mean, and some people look at it that way. You rather be by yourself. Because you don't, you'll do like they say. If you get hungry enough, you'll eat.
Yeah, that's right.
Hungry,
That's right.
But if you got again, and there's nothing wrong with having standards. Saying, but you got to be practical. I mean, how many people you gonna get? That's how many people you gonna. How well you been? And sometimes you say, you got to find the right. It's just like a car. Like you can't put no enterprise in that thing people gonna buy. You got to price yourself. It's okay. It's affordable. So you got to set these standards where people can meet them. And and sometimes it ain't just women, men, whoever. A lot of people, the standards you set is not practical.
That's right. It's not reasonable. That's right.
Yeah, it's not realistic, man. There's nobody. When you reach a certain series of age, what you look for, what you aspire for, a change. What I wanted at 20, I didn't want at 30. At 40, I didn't want what I wanted at 30. So what I'm saying, every time you hit that 10 year in there, it's like change and things. So many things evolve with you. You know what I'm saying? What then mistakes you made, things you consider. You look at where my life is at now. Am I at the beginning of my life? Or I'm at the height of my life where I'm looking at. Okay, this is where I set back from all the seeds I planted with kids and grandkids. See how all this come back to me. Man.
That's right.
And then throughout my life to transition on to where now I'm looking at transition out of life.
Right.
You got to know those steps and areas. You got to look at what you should be wiser on what's practical the older you get. Love Doctor, what are you 40?
Go ahead and make your statement. Whatever you're trying to say. Just say what you got to say. Don't bring me into this. Go ahead and say what you got to say.
So you think about this. What you would have wanted at
I agree with you. Spot on. I mean, as I matriculated through life, the things that I wanted, it definitely shifted in those increments. Like you said, from the age when you was 20, changed when I was 30. You know what I mean, so forth and so on. So I totally agree, 100% spot on.
Think about the type of women you will meet. In your age group, how many women is practical that you'll meet in your age group that's never been married, don't have kids?
Probably 50%.
50?
That's pretty high. On 40,
I don't know where this man getting it from. 20-year-old got babies and
I was about to say I go 30. These 30.
50%. Do y'all know what 50% mean?
No. What's that, like half of 100?
It's half the
No, tell us what it mean.
That mean if I meet 2 women, if at least one of them gonna have a child. If I meet 10 women, at least 5 of them gonna have a child. But that's accurate, about 50%.
But no, I said never been married to.
Right.
You still at 50%.
Of what?
Yeah. Does that merit a check?
Do what now?
I said, does
hey, don't do that, Confederate. Don't do that, Confederate. Don't do that, buddy. Don't do that.
I appreciate it. He definitely get one. I appreciate it.
I got to. Doctor, man, you too brilliant for that, man.
We
hold you to a high standard, man.
Hey, listen, man. Hey, it's late, man. It's late. I'm in a whole nother time zone than everybody else, man.
But Lord, Doc, you got to count the people that's having sex and the ones that the abortions. You got to count
hold on. Repeat the question. Repeat the question in
the 40s.
You got to count the women. You got to count the women that's having sex and the ones that have had abortions too. Right. So you got to count out. You got to put everything.
Too. Repeat the question. What I'm saying is repeat the original question. What was the original question, nephew?
What was the original question? What was the original question?
Listen, the question was, at his age group, how likely is he to meet a woman that's never been married and no kids and have any kids? It's
There
not
you
a
go,
prank. For him, the
I just
average-
answered the question for you. I just told you the answer.
Well,
If
you
y'all
gave
don't
the
accept
answer.
it, then don't accept it.
we
I
didn't
just told
accept
you.
it.
I've been out here in these streets, man. I've been out here in these streets.
Your numbers not accurate. And you have women. Do y'all believe that 50% of women in their 40s have been married?
That's
and
not the
have
question
been-
that you asked me.
Okay.
You said how many women do I come across? What percentage of women did I come across? That's the percentage of women I come across.
I was speaking.
You didn't say how many women is 40 years old or whatever. You didn't ask me that.
This man here. See that?
Ooh,
See,
too late, y'all.
she's left. See, we just lost the call hold because she said, surely that man had more sense than that. That was she said.
I said,
I hope you enjoying this, Julie.
Hold on, do you understand the question?
That's how it is. See how they come targeting me. I was sitting here being nice, and they come targeting me, trying to
They
pick
say,
on
man,
me. I'm a nice guy.
They say some of the most brilliant minds are not practical people.
Damn, he lost on both of them. Yeah, well, he lost on both ends.
Hey, is that your way of telling me I'm brilliant?
No.
Yeah, I'm coming out flat out. You are brilliant.
Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. That and he ain't got that dog around no more. So
That what happened. He needed
Man, let me tell you something.
Man, that's what it is.
Hey,
That's
nephew
what it is.
E, Confederate
Go ahead,
48. Since
brother.
that dog
Go
been
ahead.
gone, man, I've been sleeping so good. I've been knocked out like Ali did George Floyd.
There you go.
Well, you know.
You see what he referenced to, don't you? You see what he referenced to, nephew E?
You got to understand a knockout. A knockout means you don't get up. Foreman got up. He was knocked down, but he got up though. Knockout means you out.
Y'all are gonna stop this.
Listen, man, the man told his story and told us.
Yeah.
The man told his story about him. He said, "Listen, my corner told me to listen to them.
I can
Don't
believe
listen to the rep count."
Hold on.
That's why he told. He said, I'm listening to the count. I'm counting. He said,
Okay, did you hear Ali tell the story though? Okay, George Floyd gonna tell the story the way he the loser.
What did he say? What did he say?
What Ali said that he knocked him out.
No. What did you hear?
Huh? What I heard was 1, 2, 3, 4.
He tried to slip one over and act like Cash and Clay said something he didn't know. See how I jammed him up? He couldn't answer.
Right.
Great mind. He pinned him down. He know he's assuming. He thought I was gonna say, yeah, Ali said this, so he'll move away from it.
Nah, he got up at that 8 count. The referee
Hey,
supposed to go all the way to 10. He's supposed to go to 10.
You know what? I don't like the way Dr. Joe's laughing at that. Look at that. Dr. Joe. There you go.
He can't get no check. He has no check power.
Yeah.
No check power.
I mean,
He has two
the same thing happened with Tyson in Tokyo. When he went down, the referee was on one number and the ring judge was on another number. You can actually see the ring judge counting. You know what I'm saying? He was not when Tyson went down, when Buster Douglas went down. The ring judge was on one number and the referee was counting on another number.
So Buster Douglas was knocked out.
He was knocked out. He was knocked out before he hit the mat. He was knocked out before he hit the mat. Yeah, he was done.
They let him. He let him.
They let him up. He let him up.
No time. They saw the chain. They saw they had the op-2 for a chain. The man had no training. I mean, Tyson set himself up with just complete failure.
Failure. Yep.
That's how they work it, though. You get in that system, you think these people love you. You got to always use your head at all times.
That's it.
Go ahead.
Like you said, you said even with setting the watch, I gotta set that watch ahead of time according to that.
Right.
You got to.
That's right.
Tell them something. Tell them. There you go.
Hit that share. Hit that subscribe. Hit that. Like, but hit the cash out. Hit
yes, sir.
And buy that Cat in the Hat book he got. Where's that Cat in the Hat book? What's the name of it?
It is called
Wound Management.
Wound Management. That's right.
Wound Management. Yes, sir. And speaking of wound management, I'm sorry, go ahead. What you saying, Confederate 48?
No, I don't believe I had mentioned Bella and her too many shoes.
No, Bella and her too many shoes.
That's right, Bella and her shoes. That's right, Dr. Joe.
But I'm gonna tell y'all too. This is a disclaimer. But Rock Products, hey, immaculate. But the gummies are not for the faint-hearted. I'm trying to tell you. You better know what you're doing out here in these streets.
You better know what they're doing out here in the street. Tell them, man.
I stick with old Joe.
That's right, old Joe.
I smoke mine.
I just woo.
some
you gotta know what you're doing. Them guys to sneak up on you. You gotta know what you're doing.
Isn't there such thing as something being too pure? I'm talking about.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Right. That's how it goes.
Hey, when you can actually see yourself thinking, you know something going on.
Yeah, that's their business there.
That's
their
true.
business. We got a glimpse of that. We had got a glimpse of that popcorn that time. I know they real. I know it's real.
Listen, Boss was over there laying them popcorn. He's like, man, I had them popcorn. I had no road.
He said he served him at one of his dad's parties.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They
I would
said,
have liked to be in a fly on the wall at that party, boy. Ooh, wee. Because if they anything like them gummies, and they so delicious, man. I mean,
you got to know how to eat and get back.
Yeah, you do.
Play around.
If you're a beginner, it's a half of a half of a half.
That's right.
If you're a novice, it's a half of a half.
That's right. It's a
And
quarter.
if you're a pro, it's a half.
That's right.
Y'all
If you try to do something different, you can try a whole.
I'm gonna put myself on a little hiatus, man. I definitely appreciate y'all and glad that everybody had a chance. I definitely always good to see you again, Confederate 48 and Nephew E. It's definitely always wonderful to hear you. And I appreciate the commentary that you provided about one from last week about the bus driver who, they pulled me down last week, but you come back this week, say what I said, and now they say, they accept what you said. So I appreciate that.
No. I said the woman. I said that woman could say what I didn't have a problem with what she said. I said because that's her opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What she said, it wasn't nothing. It wasn't to me.
It wasn't nothing wrong.
She didn't offend me. I look at again. You look at what do you have.
Right.
So when you say when you make your statements on what your status on what you do, show the proof of have you been successful enough to get somebody to do it.
Yeah.
Right. That's right. That's right.
That's where it's at. You can set a standard, but even the military, they drop down there where they got homosexual recruiting.
Yeah.
That's right.
They look at their standard. Look at the quality of people out here. So they had to drop the standards. Look at are your standards practical? There are a lot of garbage workers. They could be a truck driver who could be great husband providers, and what they give will be more than the income. It'll be the emotional attachment, be the care, be the protection. A lot of times you get a guy with the money, he's just chasing the dollar. He ain't worried about it.
That's all.
You got the dollar and you got the intellectual mind, but that man got to go. Anybody make money know that money how to chase money. You don't make money. You got to chase money. So now you got a man can't give you no time. Now you got to chase them.
I think to Love Doctor's defense, I think he was speaking from being an author's perspective opposed to just being, because you got to remember he's an author, illustrator of wound management. So his perspective on that, it does have validity to it. I mean, because you got to look at it from his perspective as being an author. So, but
how about being a virgin?
What's this wrong?
Okay. That penis management. Now you got to write the penis management now. Lord, you got to write the penis management.
Yeah, you got to. You got to follow it up.
Yeah.
Confederate 48, I appreciate your commentary. You're spot on. I'm an author, and they don't understand my perspective.
We definitely don't. We probably right from the author confusion. So we don't understand.
Well, once y'all go and actually write a book, then y'all can come and tell me about authorhood shit.
That's a kickoff.
I've done one, but I didn't. It got to the editorial part and it didn't go any further. But
I got you.
I mean, it's still a book. That's just they stab. You wrote us the book. So,
it's one of the things as to where I spent 18 months actually writing it out and getting a perspective on it and stuff like that. It was somewhat of part fiction, part reality, and but I don't think as of where I am now in life is it would have been suitable for me because a lot of times when people write material and then even like with Prince, a lot of his work he done prior to coming himself with dropping his name, he didn't want to be associated with some of his work. And that was some of best work, but by his transition, he had his new perspective on life. He didn't per se want to stand by it, and I kind of get that. So in a way, I'm glad the book was never published, because it's kind of hard to undo something that's already been done, especially when it has an impact on so many lives. So, but again, Two Minds and a Mic, best show on the planet. I'm talking about
best show, number one show in the world. That's right.
We appreciate y'all. We definitely appreciate y'all.
This show here is scarce as chicken teeth.
It is.
Yeah, right. It's hard to find them.
It is. That's right. That's right.
And don't forget too, we found it in frog hair.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about.
That's right. I appreciate it though, because like I say, this is the only platform I've ever been on and seen where the amazing people that you have been watching for the longest I can talk to and cooperate with and communicate with, especially with Raha Smith, who's been a long advocate of the truth for the longest, and you finally get to meet and talk to him and see him face to face, and communicate with him. That's a wonderful thing, because most people that's preachers, you don't get to talk to these guys. These guys get up there on there, they get up there, you see them guys on Sunday, they gone. You don't see them again till Sunday. And then the thing about it is they don't talk about real issues. You understand what I'm saying? They don't care about the people. But this is the only platform that I've ever been a part of in my life where the people are just, just wonderful people, and you can talk to them and see them and just give your understanding and your perspective with them. And that's what makes you the best. You understand what I'm saying?
Around it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Got Thule, a contrast,
That's right. That's right.
Then
That's right.
You got the love
That's
doctor.
right.
He just brings a variety of different things, and then
That's right.
the psychological or the psychic aspect of it.
That's right.
Dr. Joe, and
Dr.
then
Joe.
The wonderful guests such as Nephew E.
That's right.
And so many others. But one thing this show is missing that I missed.
What?
The knock on the door. It ain't nothing beat that.
Oh yeah, that knock.
That knock was serious.
That's
That's true. We had that when we went live. When we started
went live, yeah. That was on the phone call. Yeah, that phone call. Yeah.
That knock, man.
Yes, sir.
Wow. But it's amazing when you put the face to the voice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That it just adds much more equity, to this broadcast. I don't
I appreciate that compliment.
It's not a show in my eyes. My perspective is not a show. It's a broadcast.
Broadcast. That's right. Family.
We definitely appreciate
things, that can even match that. And then Charles Bostic, when he brings his, the man is a information man. He's a walking Smithsonian, if you will. You can get what you need. I mean, and I say, in the words of the beloved Ra Smith, if anybody tell you mine, you tell you mine.
Always mine.
That's right.
Mine.
That's right. That's right.
Well, I appreciate it.
You know what? We're gonna take him out with the mirror. We either go out with wake up our song. Let's go out with Mr. Rogers.
Mr.
Rogers,
man.
I think he had the best song.
That is true. Let's load them up again. And I appreciate you bringing that to our attention, Confederate, because I've never seen that video before. So definitely thanks again.
Mr. Rogers came on before Sesame Street, huh? Or after?
Yeah, after.
This is true. This is true. So here we go. One more again. I'm about to load up Mr. Rogers. This is from years ago. It's like in the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah, 70s.
That's not right.
The 80s.
I think it was the 70s. I think it came out in the 70s. I watched it in the 80s.
Outside. Some are fancy on the inside. Yes, sir. Everybody's fancy. Everybody's fine. Your body's fancy, and so is mine. Boys are boys from the beginning. You were born a boy, you stay a boy.
Right here on
Girls are girls.
Nobody told you they love you. Hey, we love you. In our language, it's called a hug. Truly love Dr. Resident Joe. Shara Boston. Love Dr. Take us home.
Yeah.
Everybody's fine. Your body's fancy. And so is mine.
That's right.
That's it. Isn't that right?
That's
Definitely
right.
appreciate
Yeah.
y'all.
I got a saying I want to say real quick. I want to throw my. Can I start off with the saying?
Let me tell you, we definitely want to appreciate our other two hosts that were coming on here with us as well. Appreciate
Oh, yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Thank you. We
Yeah,
appreciate
we can't discount
always
them.
being with us. Definitely appreciate y'all.
That's right.
All our wonderful listeners every week and supporters hitting that cash app, doing what you do. Now they got to go out. You know, they up here now. They got to go. Are we starting off with one, and then the next person got to take from
You know what? Yeah, let's let the visitors start off. The visitors, y'all two callers call in. Y'all start off with one.
All right, come on, Confederate. You start out, then everybody got to pick it up from there.
Ooh wee. Here we go.
Well, I was gonna say something, but go ahead.
Many comparable hands.
Okay.
Make light work.
All right.
I like that. I like that. I like that.
What you got?
Yeah. Oh man, that was a good one too. Let me see. If you're gonna put your hand in the jar, just grab one.
All right. So just grab one.
Yeah,
Just
all
grab
right.
one.
What you got,
what,
Doctor?
sometimes 1 + 1 = 3 when you're trying to start a family.
What you be talking about?
I got one now. You're definitely not a part of the band because I definitely want to slap you with my hand. Let me say, yeah, definitely want to slap you.
Hey,
brilliant.
What you got?
No.
Come on, what you got behind that Resident Joe?
What you got, Dr. Joe?
Yeah.
2 hands is better than 1.
Ooh.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
That's the Cliff Notes version of what Confederate just said.
Where was off the hand?
Well,
Off the hand.
Yeah.
The word was family. I started with one and ended up with family, so you supposed to start with the word family and build off that.
Stop it, man. No, stop. I took hand. Like I said, you ain't a part of the band. That's why I want to take and slap you with my hand. So you come on, what you got for us,
Come on, Tootie.
Bring us on in. RBI.
Oh, this says, okay. If you're happy at the end of the show, clap your hands. If you're happy at the end of the show, clap your hands. At the end, you know it. Sure is that the show is surely over. If you're happy, the show is over. Clap your hands.
We'll have y'all.
We're about to take it back. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Tony and Lee on the radio. Dr. Joe's therapy on the radio. The love doctor going live on the radio. 2 mics and a mind on the radio. Radio, turned up 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 on the radio. 2 mics and a mind. 2 mics and a mind. 2 mics and a mind. 2 mics and a mind.
All right, you do something better. I do something better. Until next. Oh shoot! Wait, because I'm gummy. You do something better. I do something better.
And be
And
so
we're better together. Until next week.
clap your hands. Y'all.
Yeah.